is up, buds? Welcome to WeeDnD, the pod-positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your dungeon master for the night, Brandon Allen McClanahan. And oh my gods, guys, we're gonna session 0 tonight. Ooh. Joining us at the table this evening, my wonderful friends, Drew Yanamore, Jake Taylor, Nicole Unger, Brenna Folger.
Hello.
Let's give a little yeah! All right, for those of you that weren't able to join us last week, we did a live studio launch here in the old Art Hard Studios. We broke in this room. It has been 5 years in the making, a massive project, but we are all finally here live at the table. Just a little bit about what we're going to do tonight. This is a traditional session 0. So we're going to be structuring kind of the final details on some of these characters, getting them all leveled up to the proper level, and then talk a little bit about the world lore that we're going to be seeping into, a little bit about Ganjaria proper, and then traditionally the Kush kingdoms themselves. We're going to get everybody's characters where we've got a nice loose outline for everybody's character that I will then spend this next week meticulously crafting into the finest fucking epic you've ever seen. Oh, yeah. So first off, I'm going to spark this J here.
Wait, didn't we have a ritual?
Oh, we'll do that for the intro countdown. I did want to do this real quick. I'm trying to. Last week was absolutely incredible, guys. We just brought in so much amazing energy and the support that we received from everybody. I'm trying to figure out the best way to facilitate our appreciation of that support. I'm going to try investing in a little bit more community stuff in the Discord channel. We do have a Discord over on over on Discord, actually. It's the
Go figure.
The WeeDnD Hub over on Discord. We're also Art Hard Studios at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff. Throwing us a little love over there, helping us boost our posts and stuff like that is a huge way to help us boost the show. We are of limited means here. We're giving everything that we've got to this thing. Thanks to all of you who have come in with resubs, gifted subs, sharing that bud love, and just being the wonderful people that you are. It means the fucking world to us. And I did want to take a sec to shout out a few people. Raids last week we got from Careful Cantrip, Blue Collar DM, and Perception Studio. Incredible friends of the show. They have been for quite a long time now. Anybody who brings their audience here is a huge boon to us. And I just want to thank the buds for always being such like a wonderful landing spot for everybody.
Yeah.
You guys, it's fucking awesome. And we appreciate you so much. One of the best things you can do to help us grow is share that bud love, gifting subs to people that are new to the community. When you gift them a sub, then they get to use all our cool emotes and they can be part of the lighters up rituals and all that stuff. There was some incredible gifting last week and I just wanted to take a second. Thanks to Director Dude for sharing the sub. Blackwater DM, huge friends of our show, Blackwater D&D. They came in and dropped 5. Bricarius came through huge with 30 gifted subs last week, guys.
Boom!
30. When I read it, I cried. So you can know that you actually made me cry. Huge shout out to everybody in chat right now. Evolving Shadows, Munge, you're here, Sir Mort again, Nori and Greyhawk. I was like, last time. Fucking love you, dog. Good to see you back. Smilesies, darling, we love you so much. Arge, obviously your hashtag king. Gino Fox, it's just as we see your names roll in. This tonight is a little bit of an in-between between what we did last week, where we were just kind of hanging out with y'all in studio, and moving forward on the kind of the campaign proper. So we'll still be bouncing off chat with you guys. Feel free to shout some stuff out. We always love seeing you, and thanks so much for joining us. We did also get Arge Nemesis dropped 5 subs last week. Huge love, sharing that bud love. Arge, you've been with us since the very beginning, dude. I love you to death. And Deadwolf X TTV dropped 10 subs. Deadwolf X TTV is another Las Vegas-based streamer that I've had the pleasure of talking to on several occasions. Came in right when we were eating dragon penises to turn Brian from a crocodile to a
What an
crocodile.
opportune time.
Which time?
That's true.
Wait,
That's
which
true.
time?
It does require a little clarity.
Yes, I was gonna
We be
say.
chomping on some dragon wings.
We
guys.
be
We've
putting them
been
down.
wing chomping.
Yeah.
Everybody wing chomp today.
Shit. Come on.
I'm sorry, I will try to stop slapping my mic. This is new for me. And every time I get a swell of emotion, I go, and then I slap the mic. And
I'm
you all
gonna
go.
make you an emote.
Titty slap.
Can you hang it off your hair?
Instead of pointing, it's just like, we will be bringing in some new emotes. There's going to be a lot of facelifts. Full admittance, I had a ton of lists, a ton of things on my to-do list last week, guys. But just a little second,
didn't
was my birthday.
I was gonna say you had a birthday.
Thank you to all the buds for the incredible messages and all the community stuff. I'm terrible when it comes to that stuff. Like, my biggest fear in life is standing while people sing happy birthday to me. I just thank you guys so much.
Nope.
Not yet.
Wait, just wait.
It's not what we do.
Wait.
It's not the time.
We're better
As
than
also the love of my life, the person running the studio tonight while Sean is gone for a month, Stephanie McHugh, also had a birthday, and it was absolutely wonderful. So I was just like, hey, I could beat myself up all week for enjoying my birthday and the love of my life's birthday, or we could just, get back together, do this thing the way we like to. So there will be upgrades to this channel as you watch. Things will continue on. We're trying to find fun new ways to incorporate the tech with everything. We have some really fun stuff in store, so stay with us. We'll be launching some of that stuff next week. So do we have a WoW? Can we see if WoW is working right now?
What's WoW?
Wow.
Last week we had to manually WoW.
Oh, right.
Which was fine.
It came through.
Wow.
All right.
Hey.
Wow.
I also kind of liked when we did.
I was proud of our harmony. That was really good.
There were some incredible 5-part harmonies on the WoWs last week. So
Good.
I'm not opposed to both. Just so you know a little bit about the structure of the show, how we're going to go when we're actually doing the main campaign. We will come in like this. It's going to be a little bit of a let's light a J. Let's enjoy our company. Welcome in the people who've supported us. Any questions that you guys have, which feel free to throw into the chat right now, we'll talk about. A little bit of opportunity for all these incredible, amazing people to share a little bit about the projects they're working on and stuff. When we do the intro, we will come back, and in games, we will not be interacting with chat while we play. So it is very important to me that the minds of the performers be focused on this thing. I want you guys to get the greatest and strongest story that you can tell. And if it's me doing this the whole time, I'm stupid blind, it just won't play
You look
the same.
great doing that.
Was that a smoke weed every day? Yeah.
Every couple.
Smoke weed every day.
Nice.
My dude. So yes, guys, this is going to be what it's like. We'll come in, we'll chill, we'll hang out. Then the fourth wall, which I'm trying to work on a graphic so it actually falls, will come up while we play. We'll go to intermission when we come back. We'll chill, we'll talk, we'll be a little hyped on what happened in the first half. And then again, the fourth wall is going to close. And then we'll get back into our game. So there will be times as we, go through the show where we touch in with the crowd and everything. Obviously, we love you guys. The energy you bring is amazing. And we are just so fucking blessed to have any community at all, let alone one so fucking wonderful. So wow. So it's so good to have them in our ears, bro. So honestly, guys, this project means the world to me. These human beings, when I say they're my favorite, that's not an excuse for the show. These are all some of the best people around. So thank you for freaking hanging with us. Thanks to Shadows, one of our longtime buds, for being here. Thanks, Mortigan, all you guys. We fucking thank you so much for being here. So I did also, I forgot, because I'm bad, we had some new subs last week, some repeating, but Grim Wilder, Big Sloan, Dirty Davy 13, Hunting the Boojum, Director Dude, Smoked Out Turtle, Vancouver by Night, Valhalla Bound FFS, Talmaru, Evolving Shadows, and Munge Party. And then with the bits, Malicious Gaming, GF Powers, Might Be Two Blunts, our man Gus Langley, and Munge Party again. So we'll figure out a way to do this, but I just wanted to be like, look, I saw it all in a list, and I was like, how are we so fucking lucky? Thank you guys for just being your wonderful selves and bringing so much passion and love to this thing that we all fucking
It's community.
It's a community, bro.
It's a fucking community, bro.
Blessing.
So there is a new thing that I think I want to do every week, and this was inspired by Arj Nemesis. It's called the hashtags of the week. Last week, I culled the finest 10 hashtags that we had, and I will share them with you now.
Let's do it.
Hashtag join the THC.
All right. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to?
It's spreading across Ganjaria. Hashtag sexy occult.
That's just true. Those are.
I mean,
now we're just stating facts with hashtags. Hashtag Jake off.
Always.
I mean, we've been doing that for years.
I'm jaking off.
5 times a day is recommended by your doctor.
My man Director Dude coming through with another sub. Thank you so much for being here, friend.
My
We love you.
Sharona.
We got 34 months, dude. Like, that's... All right.
That's hard.
Nope.
That's hard.
Hashtag Clift.
Cliff.
Lift.
I mean,
Get
that's
used to that one, motherfucker.
a classic.
Get used to that one. Hashtag Crit Sip.
Oh, yes.
I mean, just.
Hydrate.
So for those of you playing along at home, some of you imbibe, some of you don't, some of you enjoy the ritual. And if you want to be a part of the ritual without smoking along with us, which is absolutely fine, whenever we do a crit hit or a shit crit, just have yourself a crit sip. Big water. We're coming
Good for you.
Hydrate.
Coming for you.
baby.
Hydrate, baby.
Oh, goodness.
Use the element that brings life.
I read that.
Air?
I read that.
There's a lesson in there.
It's like I don't breathe water, so.
Not yet,
No,
you know.
don't do that.
Me either, definitely.
Not with that attitude.
You're right.
It'll help you beat Sub-Zero,
Don't limit
though.
yourself.
That was the reference.
I know.
Princess Katana.
Are you gonna pass
You're talking to
this
the
jail?
oldest
What?
guy at the table. Of course I know the Mortal
No, I
Kombat.
let it die in my own hand.
Lou.
You about to pass this
Use the
chair?
element brings
What?
life.
Last couple, hashtag crit hit. That's going to be a pretty common one, obviously. Hashtag that's the cliff. I came back to the cliff.
I
They're
like
so red.
Oh, like that's the cliff?
That's the cliff.
That's the clip.
We get a bong? I heard a bong rip. Let me get it.
that?
I thought someone
You
was
know
just
what?
smoking over
I
there.
got you.
I mean,
All right, hashtag theater of the
well,
back
I'll wait.
of the mind. That is a old throwback to when I was a new DM and everything that I described happened in the back of your mind.
right back here.
Hashtag Dragon Wing.
Did we even talk about that last time?
Everybody Wang Chung, baby. Yeah, hashtag Dragon Wing totally came through.
Wow.
And I gotta say, I saved my favorite for last. Hashtag French's toast. Because France isn't real and we all know it. So
It's more like a season.
Drow, baby, welcome back in. Look at all them lighters, baby. All right, so that I did it. I'm like I said, I will workshop this. Watching me bumble through it probably wasn't the best, but we do want to take a second and just tell you how much we appreciate the investment that you've put into this project. We hope to bring the show bigger and better every single week. You're now watching us all at the table in studio together, and it's such a magical thing. It's just
You know it is.
It is.
You
know
can
what-
feel
you
it.
know what it
It's
is.
palpable.
You're not using the magic of the internet. You're using the magic of
the
my
magic-
friend is right here.
my fibers of my being. And actually,
Oh.
shit, I think that brings us to
Oh, God.
we do have a little ritual we like to do around here, guys. Maybe you heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a lighter like this electric orange lighter that I have tonight. Make sure we're not gonna light any of our friends, family, or thank you, Evolving Shadows, for bidding 100 bits right now on fire
bits.
and go. Lighters up. Let's play some fucking D&D, guys! Ow! Yeah!
Weed&D, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load up bowl and make a roll to take control. Weed&D.
Oh, I'm never gonna stop. I used to be like, what a ridiculous thing, but now it's forever. All right, guys, so welcome in. This is session 0 for chapter 2. What I wanted to do before we jump into the characters that everybody's gonna be playing is just a brief outline for those of you that are new with us or been here for a while. And look, we've told a lot of stories. Might just need hype train. There's a hype train. It's coming. Thank you guys for the hype. You're the best fucking community in the world, and I love you.
Yeah.
Drought called me out again. I'm still not passing the joint. Damn. Put on blast.
Put on blast.
On the
It's like,
internet.
Although I do want to, I feel like I could have maybe communicated that a little bit kinder, but also.
Why would
you
we-
go pass that joint. You go play.
Why would we change it up now, Brenna?
bro, is that all
I
you?
know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
that's-
would I suddenly not be an asshole?
That's weird because it looked like it was going from person to person before, and then it stopped at just you. So.
Well,
Weird.
I'm
No,
sorry.
buddy.
It's a mystery.
Of course.
No, I apologize, guys. I promise I'll pass joints. It's a new skill for me. I've usually just sat here and chain smoked them for 3 hours.
Yeah.
While we
True.
played this game.
Right?
It's just little muscle memory.
Oh,
How is that not a skill? Like,
and it
come on,
comes right
bravo.
back.
Look, I'm just saying. It's not. I'm not bragging or anything, but I am pretty high when I DM the game.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, usually like we'll be in intermission, we'll come back, and we're all like on our computers and stuff, and we're like, I'm sufficiently.
I'm aggressively high.
Yes,
most
I'm
of
very
the time.
stoned right now.
Okay, does this happen to you guys? Because now I actually get to ask you. When we play, usually I'm smoking. We're playing the game. I'm having a great time. I'm in it. I'm loving it. We go to intermission, and reality smacks me like a fucking truck.
Oh my
dude.
God, it's like
Whoa, I am so fucking high right
I've been
now.
sitting for an hour and I forgot how to use my legs apparently.
It's not just me. Oh my God. P. Peglo, welcome back in, bud, our buddy.
Why
We
can't
love
I
you, bro.
stop peeing?
Right?
For
This
being
pee
here.
is lasting forever.
I have absolutely been like,
The forever
I'm
pee.
taking the longest pee I've ever taken. Oh no, I'm just stoned. I'm just stoned.
Longest pee of my life. Okay, good. It's not just me.
But I do. It is very weird. It is very fun to be smoking with people now because I'm used to just being like alone in my room smoking, like getting riotously high on a
Yes.
Tuesday. Like,
Yeah, and then it's done, and I'm just like sitting there like, where are they at right now?
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta like tackle
If
you
you guys are looking at the moon, or like if I look at the moon, are you guys looking at the same moon as
Look
me?
at the same
Are we looking at the
moon.
same moon?
You know it.
We have a little
No,
moon here in studio. You can't see it, but it's there.
It's Stephanie's
This is
butt.
kind of our moon right now.
That's our moon.
All right, so we're actually look, guys. I've started outlining the show. You know,
Oh, what?
I'm somewhat of a professional.
Oh my God. Look
So
out.
yes, 3 years almost into the project, I've decided to start outlining now.
Are you sure it's time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a little ahead of schedule, as a feather in my own cap, we're gonna jump in just a world description of what's going on in the world of Ganjaria. So as we know, the prologue, the 76 sessions, find it on YouTube, prologue, that told the story of the Ferocious Five, who were battling to save the world of Everendell, and through the events that occurred in that campaign, the Queen Mab of the Seelie Fae, Unseelie Fae, I'll get back to that, the Queen of Ice and Shadow, ripped a landmass and life within from the world of Everendell and created the realm, the plane of Ganjaria. Sourcing the magic fueled from this planet is this strange Feywild plant, GANJA. So in our world, magic itself is drawn from a plant called GANJA.
Here it is.
And so the essence, if I wanted a little bit of magic here,
Just a little bit.
the essence of that magic, rather than pulling from a weave like you would in Faerun or Forgotten Realms or any of that stuff, we pull from this basically web of energy created by this magical plant that exists in the Feywild. Queen Mab took this world over, but had brought a bunch of the races of men with her. There were humans, there were dwarves, there were elves, and they all had lives established in the mass that was ripped away. When she first got the new planet created, she wanted to get rid of everything. So she started exterminating the races of men. And then in the south, a blight began to spread. This looming cloud of shadow that those familiar with Sativon in the first chapter might remember is starting to encroach ever closer to the southern kingdoms. Queen Mab, not in charge of this blight, this negative energy, realized she couldn't fight it off herself. And now she would be forced to team with the races of men that she had been hunting. She gifted them the power of magic by sending a master nug into each of the kingdoms. Sativon is the master nug of the kingdom of Sativon, the spring kingdom trapped in perpetual spring. She sent the master nug Kushara to the Kush kingdoms. There are other nugs, and we will tell their story as we move on in the chapters. But through these nugs, these civilizations were granted the gift of magic back once more. So they could help Queen Mab, somebody who was trying to kill them, fight off this ever-encroaching blight in the Southlands. Our first story in the world of Ganjaria started in Sativon, the Spring Kingdom. Perpetually spring, virginal and innocent, protected by the black iron gates built by the Indicus Empire, one of the other realms in the land. In this kingdom, everybody had what they needed. Endless amounts of food and grain, wealth and happiness, and everybody followed basically a path of their own virtue that led to their expression of themselves in the world. There wasn't adventures and monsters constantly trying to fight and kill you. There was no call to action that you see across the other realms of Dungeons and Dragons, so to speak. But really, it was a magical, fanciful land full of extravagant wealth, and the most important thing, it produces the food for the entire world. So bounteous are the soils of Sativon that the farms there provide 80% of the food for the entire world, which is handed out in a ritual every year called the Opening, when the black iron gates of Sativon would open, and the wealth from Sativon yielded for that year was shared with the kingdoms beyond. In our Chapter 1 story, however, another group of adventurers, the THC, trust me, I'll say the THC. It's like, ATM machine. Dickens, Tangleface, Digby Mole-Eggington, Gary Greenheart, Pickles, Ennui, and Amaryllis von Shucks went on a journey into a cave, and things just kept going wrong. It turned out the blight had in fact gotten onto the other side of the gate as well, and in order to prevent its spread even beyond the wall, allowing the black armies of the blight to capture Sativon, they decided to keep the gates closed. No food would pass into the realms. Which would be all well and good if that was the last thing that happened. But it wasn't. Pickles Ennui joined the group of Boxo's Gobbos, the strange goblin Boxo, who tends the salt roads and his salt-keeping goblins that keep the roads that allow travel to be protected from Fey influence. There was a caravan of them traveling from the other side of the gate that Pickles managed to get outside of, and they were traveling to the Kush kingdoms. They were waylaid along that path. The cry of a giant angel echoed out and blew part of the salt road away. And as adventurers are wont to do, Pickles Ennui gathered with some new allies, including Lucien Lamore, played by Drew Yanamore in this campaign. We had a couple one-shot characters that didn't quite make it. Danger Dupree, a strange scout that worked with Boxo, as well as Twitter Flatter Twitter Toes?
Trumpet Flatter
Toes. Who was a fairy paladin that was a great dancer, played by Abby. Went in, and as well as Dryad, a Dryad druid played by Stephanie McHugh. They went in a series of one-shots that we were using to kind of test the setup in here and everything. But we are going to make them canon. Queer Adventure Time in Studio Girl. She's got the dankest hormones in the game.
Right.
So at this point, there was a couple journeys, which you might learn from the people that were a part of it. But anyway, they went into the Feywild thinking they were protected by a ritual of the Blood Hunter Order.
You would think.
However, that ritual was removed. The protective barrier that kept them from the warping time magics of the Feywild. In the Feywild, time runs differently. And it turned out that after all of the stuff that happened, and I'm sure we'll get to what it was, they returned back to the roads. And it was at that point that Pickles and Lucien became aware that in the hours they were in the Feywild, a year had passed.
The fuck?
I hate it.
So it is a year later. Although only maybe a day later in the mind of Pickles Ennui.
I knew you should have gone in.
Time is a flat circle.
I told you.
And yes, so we get to see how the events of the gate opening have echoed into the realms beyond. I don't want to give too much away about that because that's going to come into when we're playing. Just know that food not showing up caused some problems.
Well.
What?
As you might expect them to do. So we are going into the Kush kingdoms. As Sativan was the Spring Kingdom, the Kush kingdoms are known as the Everfall kingdoms. It is a central city, the treasure of the Kush kingdoms, called Saleh, which is surrounded by what are known as the Triad cities. It is all one giant city there are passages between them all. But three houses battle for control over the welcome in first time chatter. But three houses, the House of the Stag, the House of the Octopus, and the House of the Raven, all work together to toil over control of this central city. There's a lot of political intrigue. The houses of the Stag, Octopus, and Raven will fight and backstab each other often. This kingdom is elaborate. There are festivals, parties. It is courtly intrigue to the max. So what you say, who you say it to, and who sees it is all very important.
Oh, shit.
We covered some of those details in the campaign one sheet last time as well. But you will all be coming in, Pickles and Lucien, you'll be returning a year after you left into this place, this now changed Kush kingdoms, and we will be exploring the assassination of the king of the Kush kingdoms. Arathanus Agalthor, House of the Raven, had led a steady compromise between all the shifting power sources, and for a while, splendor was felt in all of the Triad cities. Upon Agalthor's assassination, however, everything turned dark quickly as people start clamoring for the realm over this region. So you guys will be walking into a land strife with political intrigue, manipulations, backstabbing, and who you can trust is going to be a tough question to answer. This is a kingdom surrounded by a looming threat. Similarly, how Sativan had the Blight coming, the Kush kingdoms are surrounded by a forest known as the Unresting Willows. And in the Unresting Willows, anything that dies is born again as something known as the Unresting. Soul-filled undead. That peruse the woods nearby. And the tentative threat of this undead menace destroying all of the kingdoms is what keeps everything kind of at play. Nobody's making any big moves because if you deplete one of the kingdoms, all of them may fall. So
that's fun because it feels like we have like a bit of a death squad coming in, like between Pickles being like way of the long death and like being super interested in death, and Lucien being fucking sick and nasty. I can't wait to talk more about it.
I'm a gentleman.
Yes, no. In fact, this party and their association with death, each of your characters has a very interesting kind of, even yours in almost an opposition of that energy source. It's pretty amazing how these characters all came out. So just so you know, we like to open the door a little and show you guys the game. Like, we tell a story, we play a game, and we stay in it when we do so. But this is a game. Like, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons, and I encourage everybody to play it. It is the greatest game ever made. Like, getting with people you love and, you know, going into an imagination land and telling moral stories full of twists that even I have no idea what's going to happen. It's been some of the best experiences of my life. So be sure, if you're not playing D&D, fucking start. And that is why we do these session zeros. We also do shows called Getting Hires, where we show you us leveling up, so you can see some of the
choices
questions
that we make,
the
and
choices,
like character development and shit like that.
And we have different levels of players. Nicole is a newer player. She has played at this table, first crit on the table.
Yeah.
If we want to talk about it. But you know, there are varying levels here, and I think if anything, that just invites opportunity to help. I've told Nicole as we go into this, if you ever have questions, we ask me what and how and why, and hopefully it will help you guys kind of realize how wonderful this game is. How, you know, and that we play D&D the way D&D is actually played. If we need to step back from the narrative for a moment and discuss the nitty gritty of the rules, we're going to do that.
Sure.
We are trying to highlight it.
Yeah.
We have done it. Yes. So yeah, we are at the point now. I have talked with all of the players at this table. I've sent them my one-page chapter breakdown that I highlighted in the last session, which is also on YouTube if you want to check out a little bit about how I structure a pre-campaign. Huge shout out to Sly Flourish. I use a lot of his materials, both the Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master, as well as his story outline and setups. He's an incredible resource online. I highly recommend checking him out. Dead Wolf TTV,
Dead Wolf.
Bro. We shouted you out earlier just
came,
because you dropped 10 amazing subs last week, and we appreciate you. Get out and follow Dead Wolf TTV right now. Another Vegas streamer. He's a lot of fun to hang out with. I love chilling on his channel, and so just great to see you, bud. So tonight, that's where we are right now. We've selected what we're gonna play. We don't have them fully fleshed out yet. We left some of the finer details for this moment at the table. You will all choose a patron. That was present on that one sheet as well. The patron is going to affiliate you with a certain house, the house of the the house of the stag, the raven, or the octopus. Or there is a nihilist cult that is now forming in the central city of Saleh that you could also choose. I like to, just as a DM, I like giving my players choice right out the gate. Here, you guys choose how you're going to go about, who you're going to align with and everything, and then allow me to build from there. I believe very much in player-forward narrative. These guys are driving the ship, and I am doing my best to support it, and we have had some pretty magical times on that front. So, that's going to be a decision we make here. We'll do equipment. Each of you guys, you're level 6, so you're going to have a little magical gear, and we'll kind of tune them toward each of your characters individually. I've talked to some of you about them, and others I have not, so we'll be doing that at the table. And also, Pickles, who left Chapter 1 at level 4 and went on this whole journey in between, is now level 6. Pickles Ennui is the only returning character, the only person that actually knows why the gates didn't open. The only one in the Kush Kingdoms with that answer right now. So it's, you know, there's going to be some pressure around, and honestly, I'm hella looking forward to it. So this kind of puts me, man, look at me, just way ahead. Dude, outline your shows, guys. It
saying, like,
it just helps. It helps so much. Yes.
Pretty sick.
A nice little 3x5 or a 4x6 if you have.
Bracarius. All right, we got to take this frickin' second, bro. Bracarius. I went back and I didn't notice. Like, I saw you did a huge dump, but I didn't realize you had done 2 of them, and I legit cried, bro. So I just want to say thank you. Honestly, your support of the show. You are a hell of a dude. I've had the pleasure to come to your channel a few times. It's absolutely awesome. But seriously, guys, that kind of stuff just means the world to Old Bam, and it is from such investments that we are going to build this every single week to something new. 100%. And so I had to thank you guys for pointing out.
Yeah, no, as well, of course we got to show love.
Thank you for your
go to his channel, give him a follow. I demand it. If you're watching us on YouTube, go to Twitch, find his channel, make an account, and follow it. Be here on Tuesday.
Fucking go!
Yeah, man. Thank you for your 2 fat dumps.
Yes.
Yeah. Sick dumps, bro.
Thanks.
Sick dumps.
And the girth of those dumps.
I did
My
miss
goodness.
that we ended the hype train. So obviously we run around like fools when we hype level 5, but anything less, we're gonna do noodle arms. So
Okay.
it's only fair. Thank you guys for that hype. Enjoy
God.
some noodle arms.
Al dente.
Al dente.
Someone speaks Spanish.
All right.
I love my
I'm the
friends.
worst.
I love you guys so very much. I can't explain what it's like to be sitting at the table with you guys. Seriously,
It's happening.
it is just.
It's happening here now.
It's hyping.
Hypening.
Well, welcome in.
Hype-
Oh my gosh, Davey has offered. Dirty Davey has said she's going to send us some art. She's a very talented artist. Be sure to follow her
shit.
on Instagram. And we're like, what's a good video?
saw,
Freaking out.
I
What's
saw
good?
Dave Clark was here. Dave Clark 5 was in earlier. I don't know if he's here now.
Brock!
Whoa! Come
Oh
on.
my gosh, another. Look at those sick dumps on these
Man, those are like Digby dumps.
Digby dumps.
Yeah, there's some Digby dumps right there.
Bricaria's got cakes, bro. With them dogs. With all them dogs. Thank you so much,
are good
bro.
dumps.
I'm gonna
Look
noodle
at
arm
them.
again.
Of course.
We're Muppets after all. Like just so yes, guys, we sorry, I'm doing it again. I hit myself because I'm in love with everything.
You should take Repasta.
Reaction
It deflects all the feels
yeah.
of
Just slap them away.
of noodle arms.
No. All right, so we are going to, since I'm just cruising on my outline right now. We're going to get into the characters now. So this is a little bit of the nitty gritty. I won't have my laptop at the table when we're playing proper. Everything will be pen and paper. But just to facilitate some of the questions and the stuff and some of the new players and everything, it's nice to have it all organized in one area. So I am going to be bringing up the Weed&d campaign here. I do utilize D&D Beyond. Huge shout out to Dave Clark. Who gifted, allows us to use all of his books.
Oh, that tiny fella?
And, yeah, and also helped me hang these lights, gave us a light board to use. Another just huge hero of this project, Dave Clark, we love you.
You're the best. You
love it! So yes, I have in front of me all 4 of the characters for this next
Prove it!
Show us your characters.
So, all right, this is on you guys. Who wants to go first?
Do we roll for it?
Roll.
I was gonna
for
say.
it. Yeah, let's get
just
some
a D4?
D20s. I'm
Or
gonna
a
roll
D20?
2. Just-
Okay.
Yeah, let's do D20.
Oh, I don't want to use
Yes.
that one. That's
20.
I got
that's
right.
game dice. Let me pick a rando.
You did it.
4!
14.
2!
I got a 4 also.
I got
You
12.
also got 4? You got a 4? You know what 4 is? 2 2.
2 2.
2 twos.
Yes, we celebrate 2. So who got highest?
I got 14.
Sounds like we're going into my man Lucien Lamore, the wolf.
Yeah, baby.
I was gonna say, do I get to choose if I go first or last? Because mine's.
Do I win?
Do I win?
No, you go first.
Okay.
You're in a great
the
spot
leader.
on the table to go first, you know?
All right.
I guess.
So,
I suppose you're right.
Lucien Lamore, we still have a little bit of leveling up to do on you. I brought you to 6, but you were level 5 when last we played.
Correct.
You want to tell us a little bit about Lucien?
Gosh, that would be great if I would do that. Now?
Yeah.
Do it loud.
Okay. Yeah.
Hashtag-
Oh, right. Oh, I'm sorry. Right now?
Yeah, totally.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was like, you weren't reading the outline like I was.
Yeah, no. Again,
it's
I
the
just
now
found out
time.
last time that
is
there was
now.
a studio and be a script.
Yes.
So
Yes. Be sure to stay
you
on
can imagine
script.
my surprise.
We script every second of
Wow.
We script every weird.
this. Yeah. See? It's even on the script. My talking about the script. All right, so yeah, we've got Lucien Lamore.
Lucien
level
Lamore.
6.
Yes. He is a blood hunter. Human variant is what I wrote down.
Yes, the human variant is an optional human type that gives you different access to different skills. And
Just because I have to imagine that because of the ritual that the blood hunters go through, it kind of morphs their humanness
Yes.
So that's why they would be considered a human variant. I don't know much about the class.
It is also just a natural subclass of the human race.
Okay.
So you can choose human, where you get +1 to all your stats and 2 skills, I think. Or you can choose variant human, which gives you +1 to 2 stats, and then you get a feat and 2 skills. So it's just a different way to build your character. Yeah, variant is. I've never not
Who the
made.
fuck would choose a
unless
human?
you roll all odd stats. There's no reason. Like it's all. Every human I've ever made was variant human. Yes, we will.
they're down
So
there
you are
a bit,
variant
right?
human. You're not wrong though, especially in the lore. Just to bridge the gap, these are blood hunters. This was created by Matthew Mercer, the Grand DM of Critical Role.
I mean, he's all right.
I don't need to tell you about him. Everybody knows. But yes, Matt Mercer created this in homage to The Witcher. One of the subclasses, the mutagen one, is a bit more traditional.
To the Witcher class.
Thanks for that sub, baby. 8 months. Holy shit. We almost have a baby. Subakeshi, welcome in as well. But the one he's using is the Order of the
Ghost Slayer. Yes, I wrote that down
cool.
somewhere. Yeah, so I slay ghosts, y'all.
Like, not to brag, but I'll play.
Right?
Boo!
All right.
Yes. Ghosts, gas, liches.
Nicole, run!
All right, so just to kind of go over like the race itself proper, you utilize hemomancy, basically using your own blood.
My own blood,
to
as it
augment
were,
abilities.
to cast magical, I guess, spells or some sort.
Yeah, maledicts and curses and
It does magical damage
Yes.
as opposed to physical type damage. But yeah, it's my own physical blood that I'm using.
Correct.
Sacrificing hit points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, so you will certain abilities. You literally are like, "Bleh," and you just like pour your own blood, take a little damage, and infuse like your weapon with special properties. I believe that's the Crimson Rite.
Man, I'm gonna have to remember that.
Yeah. So what is nice, we will be taking kind of the D&D Beyond is a great resource in the sense of getting all your abilities in one place, and then we'll transfer them over to paper sheets that you guys will have here. So you'll always have access to your abilities at the table. We'll be filling this out kind of as we go tonight, but you will have access to those. And again, if you ever have questions, just freaking ask me questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
My phone is dying. Can I have a PHB? Is there one over there?
Wait.
Do you have the book?
I'll give you mine.
Beautiful.
a
Yes.
little
Science.
battery. Look at that.
We solve
Incredible.
problems in this house.
Incredible.
Do you need this?
Let's put this joint backwards.
Oh yeah.
Science.
How about a liars up for science?
To science.
For science.
I'm glad science is real, unlike France.
France is not.
France is not real, just remember.
Yeah.
Bon chance.
It's like a
France is not real.
seasoning. It's right next to seasoned salt. And lemon pepper.
That's where you find it.
Lemon
So-
pepper, seasoned salt, and France.
So Lucien, you and I had a nice discussion about kind of the background of your character.
It was
Again,
lovely. Thank
we're
you.
still at the point now where they're going to give me these outlines of these characters, and I'm going to go thick into the lore and populate them with locations, places, and names. We're kind of in between that step now. That's what this next week is for me. But I've had everybody kind of give me a bit of a character pitch. So who is Lucien L'Amour? Like what's his deal?
Okay, so here's his deal. Let me just lay it out on the table for you. He was, I guess, like like his parents were killed by the hags.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Which we've had some run-ins with some hags.
At least that's what he's been told from the doorstep that he was left on and raised by this order of the Ghost Slayer Blood Hunters, and raised by them. He was told anyway that at least the hags had killed his parents, and thus, yeah, you were left on the doorstep.
And so you trained with this order of the Ghost Slayers. As far as your life has gone, you've done, at level 6. What's cool about PCs is it's like you've seen some stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're not just like, hey, there's a sword, I'm gonna go do adventure. It's like you've battled some things. So we've talked a little bit about Brandemir. a patron of yours.
Good old Brandemir.
Yeah, good old Brandemir.
Yes, my mentor.
I'll never forget his name. The leader of the Ghost Slayer Order. So he obviously told you this stuff, and you guys trained together. Arduous training processes, very similar. Like, I'm not going to say we're not taking from The Witcher. It's very much.
Yeah, it's directly derived from it.
That
So
vibe.
yeah, there's a very like strict process in which you have to go through. Very few survive. You know, there's several candidates that get chosen or I guess thrown into it, but it's still a crapshoot whether who survives the ritual or not to actually become blood hunters.
Correct. And we've talked a little bit about how basically before these missions that you went on into the Feywild and this interim one-shot campaign that we've kind of made as part of the canon of the story so far, you were sent under secret orders. We have a lot of secrets, these characters, from each other. But there was a secret side to your mission, and you were sent away to go join this group and see what happened.
Yeah, Boxo's caravan and escort them for whatever reason because they were going to a more dangerous part of the.
Correct. They're wandering the wilds, and that's usually where you would hire a blood hunter. Is when you need a little extra, muscle against the abs
or knowledge or whatever. Yeah.
You got to get through the unresting willows at the very least.
That place.
At the very least.
At the very least. The worst. So yes. So this mission, you left on your mission a year ago now.
Wow.
This is
what
kind
feels
of
like 5 or 6 hours ago, but yeah, I guess now a year.
right. It's if anything, it's been maybe in your mind a day.
Right.
Just to travel to Sadivan and travel back. You know what I mean?
That
But
weird
that's
game with the boggles kind of fucked me up.
Okay. Okay. The water balloon fight. Anyway. It was blood water balloons.
Just blood balloons.
But this is kind of here's me giving you a little back. This is kind of bringing your character into the reality where we'll be starting the show next week, session 1 of the new campaign. Upon your return, you were sent a year ago. You returned back with Pickles Ennui. You both came out this void in the salted roads. You started realizing things were off. The trees around you were shaped differently. A flower sapling had now bloomed. The world had gone on without you for a while.
They're all downloading a new app. And
Everybody's got,
so fucking
you don't have
far
Bimble,
behind.
bro? You gotta get on Bimble.
I don't know what.
Still on MySpace, bro?
I did not remember. So confused.
So you and Pickles return back to the Kush Kingdoms. Determine a year has gone by, and nothing more stark than you returning to the Order of the Ghost Slayer and finding your temple destroyed.
What?
So,
I mean, we already talked about that. I was told to act surprised.
yeah, that's in the script.
It's here.
Let's stick to the script, though.
Yeah.
So you have now returned to the Kush Kingdoms. A year has gone by. You have your own backstory with it. And we'll play into the realities of these characters as we get into the game. But just setting ourselves a nice springboard. Lucien, you have returned. Lucien Lamore, the Wolf of Love.
Oh, yeah.
You have returned to your
Just let him finish.
Blood Hunter Temple near the outskirts of Lumal, the army of the House of the Stags city. Militaristic Greco-Roman architecture led by a military force. You returned to the outskirts of Lumal and found that where you had grown, everything you'd ever known since you were a baby, has now been destroyed, with no sign save a journal that you found from your mentor, Brandemir. That journal will be loaded with secrets, so I'm going to get you a journal between now and then. So that will kind of help flesh out. Oh my gosh, Questline D and what? Ah! Run! Where? There's a thing! Look out! Oh God! Sorry. Oh my gosh, sorry, ladies. We gotta run around when we get fat raids, baby. Oh my gosh, big shout out coming in. Rude, my girl. Oh my gosh, Questline D&D. Go show them some fucking love. Click on their little name and view profile and follow that shit.
I had a field day with that.
Man, see, this is. I didn't get to run around with you guys when we weren't in the studio, baby. Shout out to all the first-time chatters, crashes to ashes. Jen, that's 17. You guys are amazing. Rue, who I played with in a Blackwater D&D interim campaign. Just huge shout outs to you guys. Thank you for coming here. This is our second session studio. We're session zeroing for chapter 2, and we're talking about. I'm not out of breath.
I'm not out of breath. You're out of breath.
It's the elevation.
Jesus. think, Brenna was holding it together until you said the elevation. Thank you.
We are talking about our dear friend Lucien Lamore, the Wolf of Love Blood Hunter, human variant. Arj with the gift subs. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Blackwater.
Guys, I can't. I'm gonna cry. You're gonna make me
We
cry.
love you, Blackwater.
We love you guys so much, seriously. Blackwater
Oh, keep hitting
D&D,
my
all
mic
the
like
people over at
that.
Questline D&D, some of the best people that I've met in this business. Just it's
my
so
heart
incredible
over
to
here.
see amazing creators doing their thing, and we are just so very happy to have you with us. So, Lucien, you've returned to the Kush Kingdoms. A year has passed. You are indeed the Ghost Slayer Order has collapsed, and the other blood hunters have gone missing. Everybody in the town looks at you strangely, as if you're wearing stolen valor, as if you are pretending to be some noble, blood hunter. But everybody knows the blood hunters have been gone for nearly a year. So your arrival has caused a bit of a stir in town. Just to go into the straight up D&D of it all, at level 6 as a blood hunter, you've gone through a few different things here. You have a Hunter's Bane that gives you a boosted Hemocraft modifier to your intelligence, which is what your spell casting goes off of. You have the ability of Blood Malediction, to channel or sacrifice some of your blood to augment with Hemocraft magic. You'll have a little dice. Nicole, get used to this, because you'll also have a little special dice that you use for your class resources. You will use this dice to augment your abilities in certain ways, adding damage in some points or augmenting other skills and abilities you have.
Oh, yeah.
You also chose the Curse of Binding as your blood curse, and this is where we get our first upgrade here. The blood curse of binding, where you use your bonus action to try to make a large or smaller creature you can see within 30 feet. If you make a strength saving throw, if they fail, their speed is reduced to 0 and it cannot use reactions. Which brings us to, now that you're level 6, you have another blood curse that you can choose. So is there any of those of the ones, Fallen Puppet, Marked, Muddled Mind, Exposure, Bloated Agony, any of those that stuck out to you?
Not particularly, because I left my laptop here, so.
Oh yes, that's true. Drew meant to bring his laptop with him, and then he left it.
So.
No, I saw you pick it up 3 different times.
Three times!
When you left,
I was
looked and I was
trying
like,
so
how?
hard to get that sumbitch in my car, but damn it.
How is that
didn't
even
make it.
possible? So we will get a chance to choose another curse. If you want, I can kind of go through a few, and you can let me know which one you want. Okay, cool. So I'm going to pop it in here. Okay, Bloated Agony. You can, as a bonus action again, curse a creature you can see within 30 feet, causing its body to swell until their next turn. I just thought of Blade immediately, like that.
Right, yeah.
Devendorf at the end.
That's it. And they take, they have disadvantage on strength checks, dexterity checks, and they take 1d8 necrotic damage if it makes more than one attack during its turn. So as it's fighting, it's going to be taking damage.
Oh, good.
There is the Blood Curse of the Eyeless, which I do believe we had talked about. When a
That
creature you
sounds
can
familiar.
see makes an attack, you can use a reaction to roll a Hemocraft die and subtract that number from its attack. So it's like as a reaction, you can make it probably miss an ally or yourself.
Nice.
It just has to be within 30 feet of you. You can choose to use the feature after it rolls, but before I declare if it hits. I find when I run games, I don't give that half beat. I just go, that's a miss or that's a hit. I'm fine with you being like, oh, could I have used mine? Absolutely. I'm always happy to let you use powers.
Sam's really good about that, guys.
So I just want to see you guys use your cool shit. Okay. We are, let's see, it's a little early.
We have another raid coming in.
What? We have another raid? Oh, Ravens round. Welcome in.
Let's
go. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We are so pleased to have you here, and we are session zeroing right now for our next chapter, so we are rolling through. Welcome into the new buds. Thanks so much for joining us. That, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this was one of the ones we really liked.
Yes.
The creature is immune to the curse if it's immune to being blinded. So it's like you're using blood magic to blind them.
Okay, but do ghosts have eyes and can see?
That's actually a great
You know what I'm
question.
saying? Because I'm a ghost slayer, so if they don't have fucking eyes and can just see without eyes, then is that even worth taking?
I clicked the wrong thing. No, you're
okay,
right.
I
I'm
click
actually
the
going to
wrong
check
thing all
that
the
because I
time.
don't know offhand. So this is actually a great point.
I do remember us talking about that and liking it, but that was one of my questions
Here,
that
I'm
I
on
had
right
was
here.
well, if we're going to be fighting a bunch of ghosts and shit, and I cast that, and we're like, Sorry, bitch.
Hey,
I'm dead.
ghosts,
I don't have eyes.
not immune to blind.
All right.
Ghosts have eyes, everybody.
Hey, ghosts have eyes. I'm going to blind them.
I've seen his head eyes.
Have eyes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, if guys,
Saw me too. Just
note to yourself, if a ghost is ever after you, pocket sand.
Yes.
All right.
Glitter.
Oh, glitter also works.
Oh,
Yes.
glitter. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much.
Pocket glitter.
It's one of the only
like
substances that can be taken to the nether realm.
Yes, pocket
Because
sand.
it goes
still can't clean it up.
everywhere.
They're like,
Everywhere.
It literally goes everywhere.
You can't get it out. Can't get rid of it.
Can't do it. So yes, we are. So yeah, ghosts double checked, just because I do like to make sure your powers are going to function the way that you
Yeah,
like.
I would like that.
Yeah. So is that does that sound like the one? I
Let's just
remember
go
I
with
don't know.
that.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Um,
feeling
end of the
froggy.
video
Let's just jump.
feeling froggy.
feeling froggy, bro. All right, so you've gone with your
blood.
fighting style. You've gone with dueling, which allows you to have a melee weapon in one hand and no weapon in the other. You've gone with the shield to kind of make the Quen thing from.
Quen thing, if you're familiar with the Witcher series.
Yes, and yours is a little blood shield.
Well, we'll show it on the character art, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Sean is working on our character art. We will have all the character art for the launch next week, so it'll be incorporated into the layouts and everything as well.
We got some pretty cool shit for that.
Yeah. So, dope. You've gone with the dueling fighting style. You've gotten the ability of the Crimson Right, where you use a little bit of your of Hemocraft to turn your blade into a blade of fire, and it ignites with flame. And it does extra fire damage based on your Hemo dice.
I think that's...
You chose the Blood Hunter Order, the Order of the Ghost Slayer. Rite of Dawn.
Yeah.
When you activate the Rite of Dawn, extra damage dealt by your right is also radiant. It's radiant rather than fire. You also just get resistance to necrotic damage while it's active. And if you hit an undead creature with it, you roll a Hemocraft die when determining the damage on that strike. So, dope.
Solid.
Curse.
I really hope we're fighting some dead shit.
Yeah, I will let you guys know. This is a very dead-heavy
He
campaign.
goes through this entire
Other than that,
thing,
I am
yeah.
pretty worthless, so...
It's all celestial. You're all fighting Nicole.
Oh.
So funny.
Wait, that thing has a heartbeat. I don't know what the fuck to do about that. You guys... I was told there would be no living things in this quest. Sorry, I'm gonna back out.
I'm on my way out here. Now, here's the cool thing. You get an extra attack, so when you use the attack action, it is 2 attacks. That is a point of confusion for a lot of new players. To attack, you use the attack action. Some classes have more than 1 attack, okay? So yours, based on your character, will just be the 1 attack as part of the attack action. Fighting melee classes tend to get extra attacks. Fighters, as many as 4. Total with the attack action. So you'll have 2. So when you attack, you will swing twice. And then this at 6th level, you get the Brand of Castigation. When you damage creature with a weapon for which you have an active Crimson Right, be it the fire or the Divine Energy.
Right, the Radiant.
You can sear an arcane brand into that creature. You know where the branded creature is as long as it's on the same plane as you are. So if you hit one and it gets away, you know exactly where it is.
Nice.
And each time the branded creature deals damage to you or a creature you can see within 5 feet, it takes psychic damage equal to your Hemocraft modifier. So
Nice.
it hurts them just to act against you.
Let's just do that. That sounds great.
We are actually, I'm so sorry guys, we are running into a little bit of an internet issue here. One thing that we have, which is super nice, because that's actually the end of Lucien Lamour's abilities and stuff. I very much look forward to telling his story. We are going to, because we're in studio and we can do this, we're going to take a quick intermission real quick and see if we can't resolve these issues. We do have a 10-minute intermission that we're going to do around here. We will come back and finish off the other 3 characters that we have to build out. Internet forgiving.
It means exactly what you think it means, Nicole.
Exactly.
It was
that.
in the contract.
So we are going to go see what is going on with that. Hopefully we won't have to bring the channel down, but we might. If we do, we will relaunch the stream shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
Hang with us, guys. Give us 10 minutes to try to see if we can't sort out what this problem is, and we will be right back.
We love you.
Whoa, critic.
Well, what's up, buds? Welcome back! It is my living nightmare. That is going on right now. We have some pretty high winds and stuff here in town today, and the very expensive internet that I paid an inordinate amount of money to get run to this studio out in the boondocks may be failing us. I wanted to check in with you guys right now. How is it coming through? Are you guys hearing us? Are you seeing us? Are we back?
Are we kissing?
Are we
hissing?
I just went like this. Like it's much better.
Much better.
Okay.
Lighters up to the
Lighters up, guys. I can't even believe those of you that hung around. I just hit it again. I do it all the time. Lighters up to the fucking buds. Lighters up. Lighters up. I don't have anything. You got a pipe anywhere? What do we got?
Lighters.
Give it. Bring it in. Guys, this is what's the best is I literally can go, hey, sorry, we lowered everything down, so I don't know what anything looks like, and I'm freaking out about it in the back of my mind.
You look beautiful.
We look beautiful now. Yeah.
At least they look good. So, lighters up to you guys. Thank you so much for hanging with us. Honestly, if there's a time for this to happen, it's now.
Yes.
This is going to be one of the issues that we are locking in. I'm going to get Cox Communications on the phone and shake them.
I'm so glad you finished that. I was like, we're going to get Cox.
I'm coming for Cox. I'm going to grab those Cox and shake them. I'm going to shake those Cox. Sometimes there'll be two of them. And I'm going to grab them and I'm going to shake.
Sometimes I'm going to get so mad I'm just going to open my mouth in anger and just be like, ah!
Buds,
that.
Buds, Dark,
Clip that.
welcome back, Bud. Good to see you. I'm sorry.
Grab those cocks.
This is literally a waking nightmare, friends.
So, what was the last thing you guys
What
saw?
was the last thing you guys saw?
Chad, let us know.
Tell
Did you know about our blood hunter Lucien? Did you hear
His blood.
about him, or did we just absolutely did we lose that? But what's the last thing y'all saw, if you don't mind? I know, Dark. Get used
Let me
to
know
it.
what you learned.
Get used to it, baby. Yeah.
Cry.
So yeah, anybody, if just you were in the middle of Lucien's info.
Oh,
Okay.
in the middle?
So
A little bit about
just
blood
because this is what it is,
Looking at
and I do
curses.
apologize. Hopefully, it looks like we're in now, so I can.
Looks like we're in.
I'm gonna change my pants later. I peed a lot. So I think we're good to run. Do let us know. Again, we're battling with some insane, stupid things that shouldn't be a problem.
Nature.
But
Weather.
for now, it seems like we're back. I don't want to miss this opportunity to kind of go through our stuff. And so I just because we just went over Lucien, I just want to highlight again some of the just abilities. You are a blood hunter. We got into some of that.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about the lore of Lucien. Lucien is returning to the Kush kingdoms, finding that a year has passed in the hour he was lost in the
Yeah.
Feywild, and his order has been destroyed.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for hanging on. The Blood Hunter class is really cool, made by Matt Mercer. Drew has chosen his Hemocraft modifiers added to his intelligence, increasing his spell usability, and as well. And so he chose a new blood curse, the blood curse of the eyeless. We found out you can pocket sand a ghost because it's not immune to blind.
No.
I like that.
Glitter.
Pocket blood.
Yeah.
Pocket
It's
glitter.
pocket blood.
If you're ever being chased, if you're ever being chased by a ghost, pocket sand. So okay, we highlighted a couple of your other things, and we got to your last ability actually, which was your brand of castigation.
Right.
If you mark some one of these
Mark.
undead creatures and it gets away, you know where they are.
Yes.
So
on
again,
any plane, you said?
what's that?
On any plane of existence?
As long as it's on the same plane.
Oh, on the same plane.
yes.
That's what I was like. That
Just
seems
saying.
way overpowered for me to be able to track something that I marked on any plane of existence.
Okay. So we actually made it
Same.
deeper in than we thought. We made it up to the curse choosing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Curses.
So
Well, it's
curses.
not curses.
And we went with the pockets, the curse of the pocket
Yes,
sand.
pocket blood.
Isn't what it's
Curse of the
called.
pocket sand.
Isn't what it's called, but it should be.
Blinding.
So yes, you can boost your blade and make it deal radiant damage, also giving you resistance to necrotic damage. And you can just straight up jack undead creatures by adding your Hemocraft die when determining the extra damage from that attack. So thank you guys. Again, I am a little scattered. I was like, and I'm back, and I love you guys for just hanging around. I know that was a little bit of a thing, but
Don't worry, baby. We're not
this
going
is
nowhere.
the
After he got out of the nest of spiders, though, he was fine.
spider bomb.
He was like,
Yeah.
Spider bomb.
You got him.
spider.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going.
spider bomb.
All right, you're right. Take a hit. This is what it's about.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
If you insist.
There it is. There it is. All right. So we went with the curse that he chose was the curse of the eyeless. You know, pocket sand is fun too. So he can blind ghosts, or he can blind targets as well. It doesn't have to be ghosts, but you
Right,
ghosts.
but I can.
The one thing I wanted to discuss, we had talked a little bit about equipment for your character. You are a one-handed sword user. Typically, long sword is the versatile way to go about doing that. Just for you're level 6, and so I wanted you to know you will have a +1 weapon.
Ooh.
You will have +1 armor.
Booyah.
Being a frontline warrior, these are gifts of your order that have come down to you. We can lock in on what armor and what weapon. We've got the week to do that. But just so you know, and each of you guys will have a little bit of a flair of a thing that comes to you. In your case, being a trained soldier of an order of combatants, as you passed one of your final rituals that allowed you to, ascend to the ranks in the group that you are now. You were gifted with these magical blades of the Ghost Slayer. So one cool thing that we're going to be building in, we've done this before in previous campaigns, magic items that level up with the characters.
Oh, right, like epic items or something like that.
Yes, I had a term for it, but I'm literally spacing it.
Yeah,
because
me
my mind
too.
is
I was
still
like, it was
all over
something
the
like
place.
that.
But yes, we do have a homebrew rule about magic items that also grow in power with you. Yours, rather than being tied to level, will be as part of absorbing the strength of powerful
Murder
ghosts.
time. Right.
So it thirsts for ghosts, and as you guys go through your campaign, you'll notice Drew will often want to kill the ghosts.
Yeah.
Because it will beef up his sword and give him some cool abilities. So.
But there might be times where saving the ghosts might get us more information, and I got to just take that hit.
Take the hit.
Be like, well.
Thanks for that follow.
Looks like my sword ain't getting powered up this time.
Yeah. So that, again, everybody, I've kind of tried to build from some of the abilities of each of your characters and augment them in some way. Pickles, you're actually coming from a campaign, so the magic stuff that you have or don't have at this point will be a little bit more correct. Like, you'll be getting a magic on probably early in the campaign for that. So we won't be adding. You're still Pickles that left, Satifan. So anything you got in the Feywild, you would have.
Cool.
But as far as like extra magic items for the source character, your character's already decked out with some stuff.
You know what I got in the Feywild? And new friends.
Oh. Friendship. It's my favorite sheep.
I do love a friendship. And another member of the helping committee. Yay!
Yeah, man. The helping, that's what it's going to be. It's like Ganjaria, the helping committee.
Yeah.
The story of a strange group of helpful people that struck off beyond the black iron gates and then helped. And it's THC. That's my favorite part about it. What a Blackwater DM. Love you, Tim. Love you so much. Dang it. Tim, you missed me having a short mental breakdown as our entire stream collapsed due to bad internet that I hate and I'm mad. But we're back and just in time for your pretty face. So thanks so much for being here, bud. Huge shout out again to Blackwater D&D. They're huge friends of our show. We got Channel 29 coming in with a raid right now, baby. Let's noodle those on. Raid noodles. We got raid noodles, baby. Here we go. So thank you guys for bringing your love our way. Huge shout out. Channel 29 friends of the show as well. Definitely go give them a follow. There are just so many fucking awesome creative people in this space. I'm going to keep harping on it. Please support them. Please, all of us work on numbers. So extra follows, if you see their posts, give them a like and a share. Just, it's so hard to kind of break through the noise with a lot of projects like this. And so it's the least I can do to thank those of us that have, brought your audiences our way and shared so much wonderful stuff with us that we should shout you out. Make sure, buds, if you're here, please definitely go over there, give them a follow. Yeah. We are so blessed just to have this group with us, and we are getting down on a session 0 for chapter 2. So we just discussed our first of the 4 characters, Lucien L'Amour, the Wolf of Love.
It's me.
And so, yes, we are, I think we're going to move on because I'm still here. I haven't jumped off the roof. And,
do I need to do hit points, or are we going to do it at the end?
Yeah, let's, so do you want to go from 5 to 6, or do you want to roll 5 levels of hit points?
What?
Because you get max hit points at first level. So you would be going for, like right now you were level 5 going to level 6 and it's done hit points for you.
Oh.
Or we could roll, you would just roll right now if you want. You would roll 5d10 or take the average like a coward.
Oh, well, I thought we had already had, I thought we were just carrying over from the campaigns before.
Oh, yes, you already, I'm sorry. Again, guys.
That's what I was like, I already had. I just need to gain 1 level as far as what I had written down, right?
Yeah, so what are you at right now?
Well,
I'm just going to update it in the doc too.
Max is at 49.
49.
But I was currently at 24. So
awesome. So
not doing so hot before we started.
You'll be back to full because some time has passed since the end of your jaunt through the Feywild. Yeah,
just a little bit. Just a year.
Just a year. Barely time for a long rest if any of you live in the real world. I guess I still feel as tired as I did a year ago. All right, so in WeeDnD, when we level up, I give my players a choice. They can roll the hit dice of their character, add their Constitution modifier, and get that many hit points. Or welcome in first-time chatter. Or like cowards on the battlefield.
Jesus.
Or the kid that peeks at their gift before Christmas. Or the people that spoil movies that have big twists. Cowards. You could be a coward and take the mathematical advantage of average, which tends to be half of the dice plus 1. In Drew's case, he's got a d10. He could just take 6 hit points, plus his Constitution modifier. He can have them. He doesn't have to risk anything. But he does risk losing my self-respect.
Well, I don't. I couldn't.
Just respect, not self-respect.
I couldn't lose that.
Cowards. The brave little toaster. Coward! Coward!
Yeah.
So Drew, it looks like you're heating up that dice. So,
I mean,
just because, is that an 8 or a 10?
This is a 10.
Okay, cool.
Right?
And just from here, it looks like
I know it's rounder than an 8.
Yeah.
But
All right, so it looks like he's taken the most incredible choice of all. That is to roll.
Dice
Remember,
gods.
I also roll, and I give you the option
right.
of taking
The blind
yours.
Oh, the blind.
To be fair, because I call you cowards if you don't, I meet you
There is-
halfway. The DM will also roll their hit dice, and then they don't know what I rolled, but they have the option of choosing mine or theirs. It has led to them losing hit points sometimes.
Yeah.
More often than not, it has helped though.
Mostly with me.
Guys. So here we go. I'm gonna roll mine. Drew, you roll yours, and you tell me which one you want, baby.
Doesn't sound good.
I will
over
give
there.
away nothing with my face.
I know. You never do. But I'm going to take yours because I got a 2!
A 2!
What'd you get?
Well, Drew, good news for you.
Thank
I rolled an 8.
Booraka!
Am I not kind? Am I not kind?
Are you not
Are you not
feeling
Blue
like
Collar
I'm...
DM bringing in
Yeah.
another raid for the second week in a row. We did have some little tech stuff, but we're back, guys. The internet is trying to kill us. Blue Collar DM, be sure to give him a follow. Bring in the group here 2 weeks in a row now. I really
that
appreciate it.
heat.
We did throw a shout out your guys' way at the beginning of the show. But also, don't forget, you get to add your Constitution modifier, Drew. So 8 plus.
Con mod is, well, it's 13, so it's just +1, but still.
9 more hit points.
9.
So what does that put you at?
That would be 58.
58.
Hey.
You know what's funny? Had you chosen the average on every level, that's exactly how many hit points you have.
Well, I'm glad I don't look foolish.
But I don't call you a coward, right?
Or-
Because all DMs here can agree, people that take the average are cowards. I don't like to make blanket statements, but that was just a fact.
Hey, facts are what they are.
So, boom, 58 hit points for our man.
See how that worked out for me?
Yes.
You are a frontline combatant, and in this party, those are there's not a ton. You are
I
probably
was
the tankiest.
I was like, oh man, and I was like, and I'm a dex-based fighter? Awesome.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And I use my own magic to subtract my hit points? Oh, let's fucking go.
You're like, you're sword person to flames. And then you just,
I got this, guys! God! Hold on. Someone heal me real quick. I got it. It's gonna... Come on.
pass out, your burning sword falls on you and you die. Oh,
That's really funny.
all right, I needed that. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh.
Flame of love.
Flame on.
Flame of love.
All right,
Flame gone.
let me get back to my. Okay,
Okay.
we're still ahead of my outline, guys. So
Oh, yeah.
just pat myself on the back. In the script, it was horrible internet issues that caused Brandon to freak out.
You put it in the outline.
Well, I'm
did.
glad we followed the
I should have
script.
checked and known that
That's
that
it.
was coming. All right. That's our man, Lucien Lamore, Blood Hunter. You've got some hit points. We're gonna go through your final gear and stuff.
Lucian is like Gambit.
Gambit.
He's a dex-based fighter.
Yes. Dex. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Precarious.
Dex.
I read ducks based, and that's wrong.
Yo, a duck-based fighter would
Quack.
be
Yeah,
dope.
quack, 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 quack.
Quack, quack, quack.
Hashtag quack.
I'm the terror that quacks in the night. Darkwing Duck was a
Darkwing
ducks.
Duck.
Yes, was a duck-based fighter.
Yeah.
All right,
in trouble,
so
you call
Lucien,
DW?
bro, I'm looking forward to this. What's cool, Drew and I, we have talked, obviously, we are fans. Abby!
Quack! Quack!
Wait, Tina Smoothie, old Smooth Hands in the
Oh,
house.
old T Smooth.
Abby. Oh, yeah, lighters up to Abby,
We're
bro.
too blessed.
Yeah, too blessed to be
We're-
stressed. My girl, Abby Dandy. Obviously, this table is missing a warm spot with your body in it, sweetie. We love you so much. We cannot wait for you to join us with future chapters of the game, as well as our live shows. It's so good to have you with us, darling. And it just, again, Abby has, for 2 years, has crushed as some incredible characters. Tina Smoothhands, who's now the god of Sativon, the Green Lady.
Right?
Green light.
Titty Prime!
Titty!
Again, we're titty. Again, that is someone's name. We're just not screaming titties right after we talk about Abby. Green Lady.
She's like, no, it's an honor. It's
Yeah, that's fine. So Abby, the internet attacked me, and I was really sad. And
See, Abby screamed titty, so it's fine.
that girl. All right. So we have met Lucien Lamore, the level 6 blood hunter, now returning home after losing a mysterious year. Again, your temple is in the Lumal region, which is on the western side of the island near the southwest, kind of close to the gates that separate the kingdom from the woods. That is the house of the stag that runs Lumal. And again, I'll give you guys all the NPC names and stuff. I have them here, but we'll go into like who you know and what and how, so that if any role-playing opportunities arise, you can always just say, hey, do I know a guy or anything? You guys have integrated lives here, except for Pickles. Pickles will be like, can I just go hang out with Brian? Shout out Titty Prime, who does, she runs a game in our Discord channel.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had a chance to get in there and do ladders up with them. We are so happy to have some games running in the Discord. We have channels set up in there for buds to play games together. We figured, heck, if you like this show, you might like playing D&D together, and we encourage everybody to play D&D.
Fucking do it. Do it.
Oh, hell yeah.
As long as the internet doesn't betray.
Right.
Coward!
Coward! Yeah.
All right. So who's next? Who got the next highest roll? Do we even remember?
I don't know.
I think it was Nicole.
I don't remember who it was. No, don't make
It was a new kid.
I'm not ready.
I know it was a new kid. I saw it.
The dice spoke.
I read it all over your
Jump
face.
her
I
in.
thought that like if the
Jump
higher
her
numbers
in.
meant you could like choose where you wanted to be.
That's what I said, new kid.
I understand why
You
higher
can't-
would have the strength.
You're coming
yeah.
in on my
No, we're going to
turf
throw you to
and
the
trying to
wolves,
steal
Nicole.
my name.
Again, because the worst that happens is we find out compelling questions about Dungeons & Dragons anyway. So Nicole, full disclosure again, why she might be nervous to be next, is newer to Dungeons & Dragons. We've played we've played a game or two together.
Games, yeah.
And you have played other games than that, or
One
no?
other
Just
game
one
than
other
that,
game.
yeah.
So she's 3 games in. All of my players, Jake was before we started the show, even years ago, had not played D&D at a table, save once or not even once.
Not even.
Once. So that's kind of the opportunity here to have this conversation. Abby obviously shouts you out because she loves you. But this is an opportunity for us to start getting. Look, I love D&D at a table. The clickety-clack of listen. The sound of dice, it's just magic. The reaction being in the room. This show is cast because these are some of the finest stage performers that you'll find in this city. And so the ability for all of us to just be together and react in an instant, and shake each other when we want to. So we're going to be reintroducing table play to the newer players, as well as some of our, Drew played 3.5 at a table last.
Yes.
And so, and Brenna as well. We played, I think, a couple games at a table.
Yeah, I had Chris, and I had Eric, and I had...
Yeah.
Good names for
Susan. We played live.
Yeah, we played live. We
Yes.
played the live.
We did a live
D&D,
show at a
yeah.
theater here in town, the Playhouse.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Playhouse LV. So again, it's like the D&D can be overwhelming. It is a robust rule set that I think is meticulously well designed to facilitate certain types of play. I think 5th edition facilitates the kind of play that when I play with actors, tend to enjoy. Something narrative forward, supported by a loose template of adjustable rules, letting the DM make the call rather than all of us picking up books and going to page numbers. We kind of agree that sometimes I'll literally ask, does this seem like a fair trade to you for the thing you want to do and a way to make it work in the mechanics? I love the rules and the mechanics of the game. Rules explained might call me a liar. But I do. I respect the structure of this gaming system, the balance of the mathematics. And so I want you guys to do what you can do, but we play within that, and which makes it when we take the roof off and tweak the rules a little for something awesome, it just makes it that much more awesome.
It has to be fun.
Yes.
That is why you play D&D.
Yes.
It's because it's supposed to be fun. So if you're fucking bombarded with a bunch of rules that make it not fun, why the fuck are you playing?
Well, and there's, not to get to pontificate too much on a finer point about streaming Dungeons & Dragons, which is its own thing. The flow of Dungeons & Dragons was built to get your friends at a table and fill up a whole day. Oh, he's here! Oh, thank you, Rules.
It is true.
Technically, I was
never
I
called
was
you a
being
liar.
a bit facetious because
Dude, wow.
Rules is awesome and always gives me feedback, not as if I've done it wrong, but just to support what the rules as written would be if you're trying to learn from
I
this
love
game.
it.
It's nice to
I
know,
love
yeah.
having what it's supposed to be, and I like to see how we change it though,
Yeah.
and make it our own, and be like, well, So you can still kind of do that, and it's still fun.
You will find I use opportunities with things to create epic story moments. A lot of the time, the picture of what we're doing is a bit broader than what the rules are. You're attacking with a longsword for 6 damage, but you're actually catching a lightning bolt on the tip of your blade and shooting. I like narrative. You can flare it however the fuck you want, but just know you hit with a longsword for 6 damage in the stuff, in the thick of it. But we have epic opportunities, a home rule of our own, where you can use your inspiration dice to tell a big grand epic moment, burn it instead of getting advantage on a roll. You can use it to have like the story do big Gandalf-y moments of you shall not pass, crack the ground and stuff. So that is a home rule we use. But I think streaming D&D requires a condensed rule set to a sort. There are certain things that take a long time but don't fulfill that much enjoyment in the viewing of the game. So I am currently trying to work out a streaming rule set for D&D. I love the rules as they are. I love that system. And so it is with love that I approach a modification of those rules to facilitate streaming D&D, which is its own different thing. This isn't you only get to see your friends a month every now and again and you play for 12 hours.
Right.
This is we're going to get together and we're going to try to tell a story with an arc in 3 hours while navigating in a rule set that takes time to do some things. Right. We always joke, fights take an hour to do, and it's actually 30 seconds of time in the game.
Right.
But then you'll travel for 3 months, and it's 45 seconds. And so it's something I've used the show, and I have tested some of these things. Popcorn Initiative is a great example of the way we can pass initiative around, rather than initiative is one of those things that just takes a ton of time at the beginning. And so often you want the story to start the fight, not the mechanics of the battle. This is a game based on stuns, taking you out of combat for rounds at a time. In a streaming format, that robs you of storytelling opportunity as that player. So I'm starting, we will be incorporating this into this game, so this is the last thing I'll bring up and we'll move on. If you are stunned, paralyzed, or any of the effects that would make you basically lose your turn, we're adding story beat opportunities. So in that moment, on your turn, you can, and this is opt-in, I'm not going to force this on anybody, but if you would like to use that moment for us to kind of zoom the camera into your mind, and we can see moments or beats from your developing story, the time you met your mentor, or these things that kind of fill out the character on the backside that we won't get to see through the playing of the game,
right? Giving
you an opportunity for storytelling when the mechanics of the game have taken away your storytelling potential. So I don't know what that's going to look like. We're going to try it. And it's
going to be dope.
I honestly think it will. It excites me. It plays to the kind of D&D that I like to see and play, where lore is built. We're refining these characters as we play them and learn who they are. We're learning them now, but you don't know who a character is until you've walked in their shoes for a little bit. And some of the decisions you made for optimization or character early on don't fit. I'm okay with changing those. I want you guys to be playing the characters you want to play and having these dynamic storytelling experiences augmented by the rule set a little bit, like helping support that.
Hey, Bam.
Blackwater loves that idea.
Oh, thank you.
It's very generous of you. Thank you for
absolutely
always being so
do.
giving
And in
as
fact, Tim, if you
storytellers,
want to bounce, if you try it and in practice, there's things you find. This is like an open. I think all of us could use a little of this idea in all our streams. It just helps. We know what we're doing. We're taking a game that takes a lot of time and truncating it to deliver an experience. Trying to find ways to support that with the mechanics, I think, is key to executing it at a different level. And I think any growth on that front, we can just openly share with all other DMs and get feedback and bounce back. Players, anybody in the audience now, try it, and see. Maybe you have a brilliant idea that I haven't even considered. This is why I love collaboration. This is why I love theater. This is why I know these human beings and we've worked together on dozens of projects. It's collaboration makes everything better. So buds, try anything we use in your games. Feel free. If you want rules, shoot me some rules, bro. Just say, hey, could you outline some of that? I have a Weed&d sheet that we've brought in, cannabis as an augmenter, giving players something to spend their money on, because there's fucking nothing to spend your money on anymore. So there's little single-use items that you can use as a free action to augment your spells and abilities in real time. Anyway, that's all that stuff. Let me just put a bow on that by saying, absolutely, like in our community, we have spaces where we talk about a lot of this stuff, present these questions. I bounce in and out of them pretty much all the time. We'll flesh them out, and I'm happy to share my ideas. Obviously, I talk to Edie all the time, so it's not. I'm doing it even as we speak right now in the room. So that's all it takes. But yes,
man.
Absolutely, please, thank you.
Datman, best NPC.
Datman, baby! Oh, Datman. Thank you for the sub, man. Welcome in. I believe you're new to the channel here tonight. I'm not familiar with. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the show. So cool.
Well,
I have flapjawed. I have done you? In the outline, there's a 10-minute gap, and it just says Brandon. Riff it.
Oh, well, you nailed it.
But I'm still in front of the outline by 6 minutes. Yes. So I thank you so much. I believe in this. I believe it. I think play is very important. I think friendship and storytelling is magic, and I fucking love this shit. So
Happening. All right, so Jake, go ahead.
boom.
No, I'm sorry. Wait 1 second, Jake. What?
Sneaky.
I'm so sorry.
Steam Still Murder. Oh my gosh, yes, we love them. That's Substance Misuse, my man.
Love you. Hold on a second.
already started with that rogue.
Wow.
What a sneaky.
Pretty sneaky,
Look at all
right?
these wow.
Sneaky.
Hey.
A rogue.
Oh, oh my gosh. Yes, Nicole. So you'll be bringing us back, coming all the way around here. Steam Still Murder, thank you so much for the raid. We love you guys.
So many raids tonight.
Absolutely.
Oh,
everybody.
If I put these on, I can read the screen. So weird.
I find myself doing this. If your name is like kind of purple, I'm like,
Good night, Sam Bracarius.
Night, Sam, Brock. Thank you so much.
Oh, precarious. Yeah, dropping them.
Good night, Sam.
Dumps.
Guys, for real. So we've got Nicole Unger, new player. That was just a huge. Now a year has passed at the table. I'm so
Only
sorry.
felt like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we are coming in. Nicole, you're a new player. We started with a loose conversation about classes that would facilitate new players. I gave you a list to choose from. We talked a little bit about Barbarian. Barbarian, obviously a fun early, like I'm the big dumb Barbarian. I fight things. It's fun, it's cliche, but it's also like works. Like obviously Grog, Critical Role and stuff. We talked a little bit about fighters, bow fighters, different opportunities there. And then we got to Rogue, which with the setting and everything just kind of felt really right. And we have actually like been going. This is the best part about DMing, by the way, is like midweek messages. But we
random. I'm like, hey, here's the thing.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm on break at work. What's up with this? Yeah. So we have settled on your character. Go ahead and introduce just the basic, just the pitch of the character, and we can fill in the details.
Oh yes. So my character is Enra. Enra. She's an Asimar, however you want to say.
I say
her.
Asimar, but maybe it's because I'm crass.
Asimar. Yeah, she's beautiful, giant wings. You know, she's an angel, celestial, and she's very law-abiding. She very much trusts the system that she's a part of. But she's also here to you know, get to know everybody that's around, because we haven't been there a very long time. We've showed up recently since the doors closed and food didn't come in. So we're like, hey, Celestials are here. What's up, Asimar? We're flying in.
Yeah.
See what's going on. Here we go.
Why don't we just go over the gate? No?
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave.
And a few of the other people that were part of my group left, and I've stayed behind here to kind of see what's going on in this specific area.
It highlights an issue when you make a new city or world or worlds with their new gods and pantheons. It's like some questions start coming into play. Obviously, there's not Mount Celestia in this world. That wouldn't make sense. So yes, you represent the celestial bloodline. Asimars have celestial blood in them. You are not an angel outright, but you do have big angel wings and blonde hair.
Yeah.
Good genes.
Big old wings.
So, but wherever, and that will be part of a secret your character will know that the people in this world do not, where you actually come from, where these angels have come from. The Celestials have noted that people are starving, dying, and starting to get rather malicious, and they have sent basically a bunch of emissaries to go around and basically and like find out what's up. You are part of a group that was commissioned to go to the Kush Kingdom. So it's fun because you stand a little bit in juxtaposition of the world around you. You are this angelic law law-abiding person in a deceitful, treacherous kingdom.
Yeah.
But you're a rogue.
But I'm a rogue.
So you'll find the shoes fit nicely, you
yes.
know.
Oh, they're great shoes. There's a little
Yes.
lift in them. I got a little height.
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah. So I'm going to jump in. I'm still on Lucien Lemore.
What's your name again?
I was gonna say,
It's Enra,
Enra?
E-N-R-A.
Enra.
Sail away, sail away,
Yes.
sail away.
Then there's like 3 H's and a Z,
I was like,
a
come on,
Y,
hit me with all
4
of the
O's, but it's all silent.
A 7.
A 7 and an and sign.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Easy.
That's Enra with an X.
Wow, man.
Because
Mark has like, yeah. Mark has
Sassamar.
Sassafrasamar.
Sassamar.
Sail away.
Sassafrasamar. Yeah. Sail away, sail
I think that's as much as we could sing, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
Twitch would be like,
otherwise,
yeah, cow.
Yeah. That's
All right.
it. That's all I have of that.
And
Just change it to sneak away, because you're a
don't
rogue.
know.
Sneak away, sneak away, sneak away.
There it is.
Sneak
different now.
away, sneak
Yes.
away, sneak away.
We're
Yeah.
You have disadvantage because you're singing.
Every
DMs.
time.
All right, so yeah, we've talked Rogue. I sent you again. I like new players to see the options and then be like, that one looks cool, and do the cool one. Like that's a great example for your first character. Play something fucking cool.
Yeah.
What is cooler than this like psionic angel rogue?
Yeah, I'm excited.
So you chose the soul knife,
Yes,
right?
Soul knife.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Yeah, new. This was added with Tasha's, and Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, I think it is a phenomenal source book that came out that helped with character creation rules that I really like personally. Again, kind of erring on the side of like, do the fucking thing you want to do, and we'll find ways to make the mechanics support it. Similarly to how Gus was a clown in the last one, and Drew played a mole. A mole folker. So in this case, this was a new rogue archetype added in Tasha's, and it is. Old school D&D player, I love mind magic, and there's not any in 5e really. Like there's not psionics. So this like psionic rogue that throws invisible daggers and can talk, and again the ability to talk telepathically to your teammates. Very powerful in a setting where what you're saying is very, like, who sees what you're saying is important. So you have come in. What's nice is you are fish out of water, okay? So we get a little of that. Pickles coming into a new kingdom she's never been in, but Pickles is also, like, an established adventurer and has dealt with all things going crazy all the time. Yes. You are like an angel that really just came to this plane. You and a bunch of other angels. In this case, you're an Asmar. You're not like a full angel, but again, but that's the idea of what you are. Show up in this kind of like insane, there's like undead people rustling in the forests and all these political things at play, but you are a very smart, very capable rogue. So it's, I think you'll fit in just fine.
Good.
Just kind of, we talked a little bit, the psionic powers that you have. Did you want to outline those at all, or do you want me to go over them?
You go over them. Yay.
All right, but you got to tell me how they make you feel inside.
Okay.
Psionic power.
Feels good.
Okay, so you have a wellspring of psionic energy within yourself. The energy is represented by your psionic energy dice, which is a D6. So the classic dice you roll in all board games, D6. You have one, but it's got a weird cover on it. Take this one. You got that. That's your little boo. That's your psionic power dice.
Great.
You have a number of these dice equal to twice your proficiency bonus, which currently, if I'm not mistaken, is 3. So you would have 6 of those, and then you would use those to augment abilities that you have and powers.
Okay.
One of the coolest ones, you got to tell me it's cool, is that you have this ability called Psi-Bolstered Knack. When you sneak, deceive, when you try to do anything and you fail at the skill check, you can use your mental energy to add one of those dice to the skill. And if you pass, it gets used, but if you fail anyway, you don't lose it. Yeah. So it's like anytime, that you're failing skills, draw upon that wellspring of psionic energy, this mental connection that you have to this like shifting council idea of these angels in the sky. There's a collective mind energy that you're pooling from. You also have psychic whispers where you can communicate between other people as an action up to the number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus. Look at that. There's 3 other people in the room. And then you roll your psionic energy D6 for that amount of hours. You guys can telepathically communicate. Not with each other, but with Nicole.
Just me, guys.
So all of us go.
Thanks so much for the sub, Drake Star Drake. It's so good to see you back, bud. Dave Clark is correct. It goes up to a D8 after 5th level, and you will be 6th level. So it will actually be the little sharp diamond guy, that little blue guy. Yeah, that one. So you'll have 6 of them. So it add potential even more to add or remove from those things. Lighters up, baby. Everybody's throwing them. Look out.
Oh, we throwing them up?
They all have to be within a mile of each other. Just send the messages. And a creature can't use this if they can't speak any languages, but all of you can, so that's not really important in this moment. But if you wanted to use it with somebody else, it would apply.
Okay.
The first time you use it, you don't use a dice.
Okay.
So once per day, you get it for free.
Right. Okay.
And then,
I remember
and then
reading
beyond that.
Okay.
All right. Dope thing. Psychic blades.
Oh yes, this one is really cool.
I read that.
I'm sorry.
I read this and I was like, who doesn't want to
sorry,
throw
what?
mind daggers?
Mind bullets. That's sick.
These are, whenever you take the attack action, you can manifest a psychic blade from your free hand and make the attack with that blade. It's a simple melee weapon with finesse and thrown properties, so you can throw it. It has a range of 60 feet. No long-range properties, so you can't throw it past 60 feet. You just think of it dissolving into mental energy. It deals psychic damage, the least resisted type of damage in D&D. It deals a D6 plus the ability modifier for the attack roll. The blade vanishes immediately after it hits or misses the target. So you can be, I have no weapons on me, guy. And then I'm throwing freaking mind daggers at you, guy. So awesome. You can make a melee or ranged attack with a second psychic blade as a bonus action, so you can attack twice. Again, that changes a little bit of what other people are doing. That his 2 attacks are separate from that idea.
Okay.
He's using unattack to attack twice. You're using an action and a bonus action to get a second attack, basically.
Cool.
Yes.
And I guess, technically you can only use Psi-bolstered knack on ability checks.
Which you're proficient in.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. That is a
Thank you,
fantastic
Rules.
point.
That's why Rules
Again, this is a new class I haven't played with, so there are some things. The damage dice
neither.
is a D4 instead of a D6 on the second attack. So it's a little weaker in damage, but you get an extra attack out of it.
What's with your mind? Like,
Freaking mind daggers. Oh my gosh. Well, that does, you as a rogue, you end it with the higher intelligence and your backgrounds. You have quite a few proficiencies. You are proficient in perception, deception, stealth, and investigation. So those are skills that you will be doing a lot in this surrounding.
I gotta find out what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. And you do get to choose expertise in 2 of them, which means the +3 that you get from being a 6th level character applied to things you're proficient in. Again, we'll go over all this, but that +3 bonus for things you have expertise on doubles, so +6. So it's like you're better at doing those things. Rogues become just masters of skills. So you'll find a lot of the time you might be pulling some of the leg room in the party in like skill checks. Although I think Pickles' perception is like a 500.
I am very fast and I am very perceptive.
You do have a choice since you're hitting 6th level of right now you have expertise in insight. You can have one other one. So deception, investigation, survival, or thieves tools. So as far as those go, insight is going to give you the ability to read people around you. You've already got expertise in that.
One.
Deception, it kind of speaks for itself. If you are trying to deceive somebody, I will often have you make a check to see how well your lie affected the person. Investigation, unlike perception, which is like seeing what's around, investigation is more like seeing how things work, looking for very particular elements of a thing. Investigation, again, in a campaign like this, more heavily roleplay specific, investigation is pretty powerful as well. Survival, surviving in the wilderness, not to metagame too much, but you are in a group full of people and there's probably going to be somebody better at survival than you. So I don't mind telling my players things like that. So it's like, don't use them to make your character cool, do the cool things your character does. We're here to play fantasy characters fighting monsters. Like, let's have some fun.
All right.
So of those, or thieves tools, which is what you'll use to like pick locks or disarm traps. Again, I'm your dungeon master. I'm going to be honest. I don't do as much of that crap. It's like, oh, how fun was that? They picked the lock for 20 minutes. No, fight monsters again. Do cool stuff. Or make me cry with compelling character-driven drama. So yes.
Picked the lock with such conviction.
I'm crying. I'm in tears.
Crying. There's so much
I gotta call my dad.
Oh, God. Shaped like a heart, yes.
So yeah, which of those? I would say again, thieves' tools is you could do it, but I would never stop you if you wanted to do it. And if you did it and you were interested in it, I would make it an opportunity in the game. I don't just sit around and DM for my own crap. But I just want to, there's some things. Hey, shout out for the. Oh my gosh, we got a double 420 bit drop. Boom, boom. Thank you guys so much, Munge and Drake Star Dragon. So I mean, it doesn't mean we're not.
Water this.
I mean, it's 2 420s. Like, kind of.
I mean, it'd be rude not to.
I would feel.
What are you? What am I, rude? What am I, rude?
Shaken coward.
Boom.
Shaken, movie spoiling coward.
All right, so deception, lying your way out of things. Investigation, a skilled observational tool to determine the working nature of things, or survival.
I think that I'm going to go with.
I want to know.
Are you having connectivity issues?
She froze.
What's happening?
I'm sorry.
Who told you?
I had to pass it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, no, I think I'm gonna go with investigation.
Investigation.
That's
It's the new sensation across the nation.
That's
Beautiful.
I had that. That was in the script, guys.
Oh yes.
In the outline.
It was in the outline.
Nicole buffers.
Rogues have an incredible ability called sneak attack. It is in combat, you will find yourself more than most other players concerned with position, sneaking, hiding it to get advantage, or waiting until one of your frontliners, your martial arts teddy bear or your freaking Witcher, gets into melee range with things, and then you'll be taking subtle strikes at weak points. When you do that, you set up what's called a sneak attack. You can strike subtly and exploit a foe's distraction. Once per turn, you can deal an extra d6. In your case, I think we're up to 3d6 now. 3d6 extra damage to a creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. We'll go over the conditions that give you advantage, one of them being, or if the enemy's within 5 feet. You don't need advantage on that attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet. So that's where your frontliners being in place, as long as they are not unconscious and you do not have disadvantage. So 5e, the best thing in the world that they ever did, the best rule about 5e, advantage, disadvantage. If you're doing a thing more often than not in D&D, you're rolling a d20. If you have set up conditions by which you would be inclined to succeed, you get advantage. So you roll 2d20 and you pick the highest roll of those two. Doesn't guarantee success. Mathematically, it adds about 5 to the roll results. But more often than not, it means you're going to succeed where you might have failed if you hadn't set up good conditions to work in. If you're fighting somebody, if you have the high ground and you're above fighting down, you can get advantage in certain descriptions. If you're fighting in water and you're not a water creature, you have disadvantage because it's hard to move and you're labored.
Right.
So, narratively it makes sense. If you guys have done creative things to set up advantages for yourself, I'm going to give you advantage. If you haven't, or if things have turned against you through failures and bad rolls, whatever, then you would likely be imposed disadvantage. If you ever have disadvantage, you can't sneak attack. The language of thieves can't, which is this secret. It's like you say things, dialects, jargons, or codes that you hide messages in what sounds like a normal conversation. Only other creatures that know thieves can't can understand these messages. So only other rogues. It takes 4 times longer to convey a message that way than it does to say it plainly. So you can kind of abstract that to what those conversations must sound like. Very, very long keywords hidden at, this is an iambic pentameter, so listen to every other beat of, So, but it's a clever trick that rogues can do. And so you also understand secret signs and symbols that people use to mark dangerous territories, rogue hideouts, or it's just kind of a language you understand. Because even in the angelic space that we're not telling you guys what it is, there's thieves.
There's thieves.
Lawful thieves.
But with the magical fibers of your fingers.
Yeah.
You sent me that chart and I copied it for Real.
Yes.
That's the easiest flow chart for sneak attack ever, and Bam provided me with it, and it helped. Fucking much.
This is amazing.
It is
literally
basically a little
Do you have
check.
this? Yes. No.
Yeah,
Did you already do sneak attack? Yes.
You were a rogue. You were an arcane
yeah.
trickster
So
before.
much fun.
So you augmented with a little bit of magic. This chick's doing it with the brain.
My brain.
My brain.
Brain magic.
Burn kids with it. Set kids on fire.
And churches.
And
Get
dwarfenage.
Boats named after churches or kids.
Boats named after churches with children on them.
Yeah.
There it is.
Perfect.
That's how you
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
That's a good day.
That's a crit right there.
That's a good day.
That hit.
Orphans, the SS Children's Church.
Yeah.
That
So.
was a comfort character. Yeah.
Oh, that's how real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Real though, bro. And then his little cat, Kindly. Oh, the art for Kindly still makes me just his little theme song.
That time lapse of that song. Oof.
You also got expertise in 2 more lighters up for Kindly, bro. I'm down. You get expertise again, and you have already, that's why they weren't, I was like, why aren't they in the previous list? You chose perception and stealth. So you are very observant. You are also good at investigation. So you're good at scoping in what you can see quick and then zooming in on the finer details and trying to figure out what they mean. As a rogue, that could include the mechanisms of a lock or determining what kind of trap sits in front of you, that kind of thing. And then stealth. So you are adept at hiding. To me, maybe nothing funnier than imagining a giant angel-winged, gold-eyed, like gold-skinned angel character hiding, just like. So.
Shit, where did she go? That's fucking crazy. What the fuck?
Is she? What is she behind the wings?
Yeah, what this?
No, wait, no, she couldn't be
Couldn't
behind.
be.
She can't be behind there.
That was all.
No.
It's like that when we got here.
It looks like a vase, like just a big vase, like it's the wings. Right. And it's like, well, yeah, it's like
No,
camouflage.
that's a giant face over
Yeah,
there.
that's
It's
just
a
a big
predator
statue.
right
Yeah.
there.
Just a wall of feathers over here.
Yeah. Definitely. Clearly some
Cannot
sort of
be
some
her.
sort of statue, some sort of angel
Cannot.
statue. That's
Not over
happening.
here.
Yeah.
No. All right.
No.
No.
So you are extremely good at perception, investigation, deception, and stealth. So the coolest angel I've ever met in my life.
Aww.
You get a couple cool little candy things that rogues use that are really great. Uncanny dodge. When you get hit with by an attack that you can see hits you, you can use your reaction. Remember, you have an action, bonus action, reaction. You can use that reaction to just take half damage from it. You're like, psst, and you like kind of ditch out of the way, like a wing's like, psst, get off me.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
And you can take half damage. You can do that once per round. And then you have a thing called, I should have gone over that because it is kind of cunning action. At second level, you can use your quick thinking and your agility to allow you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action on each of your turns in combat. This action can only be used to dash, disengage, or hide. So it just adds, like, you can move real quick, or you can try to hide, get position before a battle, or get away from people that are right on top of you and not get attacked.
Yeah.
So again, we'll kind of, where we're at now with this next week, I'm going to kind of make a little player guide. It's kind of like what I did for you with the sneak attack thing. I want to help support you guys playing at a table for the first time. Some of the tricks that I use is grouping my attacks and things that I know I'm going to use a lot
you told me.
into it, like little dice clusters on the table. I have a ton of dice to support that. So if we want to just have absolutely everything out, everything set up to do that, we can absolutely do it that way. So each of you will have a little, like, here's what you can do on your turn outlines. We'll talk about that before our first game next week. So yes, at this point, that's like the rogues are dope. They're really good at skills. You and I had talked a little bit, I think, in a game that's probably going to be this heavy in role play as combat, almost like a supplication of the function of combat being overcoming an adversary, playing out a little bit more in the narrative space. I think a character like this can shine because you're really good at a lot of things.
Them's fighting words is what we call them.
Instead of fighting, they use
Oh,
their word.
flighting?
Flighting.
Yeah. The Vikings. Yeah. The
Fighting, flight. So, dude, that's, again, you have to come up with what's on the back of your wings.
Yeah.
Do you have little curtains? Just like,
What do you see?
for showering.
Or
Don't-
is it like Michael and she wears like a trench coat? Like,
Yeah.
like over it? Yeah.
Did you just
Feathers
throw
falling
down
out of the
some John
bottom.
Travolta Michael
I did.
in our
Do you guys remember
Yo,
when that
watch
movie
Michael.
happened?
Yes.
That movie happened.
Yeah. Yeah. That was back when there wasn't enough good movies that people freaked out about that movie
Yeah.
a little too much. Like, well, that is not.
Of course, it's around each other.
Of good, I can't think of a good movie, right? Jurassic Park. There we go, sorry. But yeah, check out Michael.
Tremors.
John Travolta, Tremors, Kevin Bacon. Really.
Oh, that's what we're
That's in that.
talking about.
Yeah.
I was
Michael,
like,
yeah.
I don't get it.
Michael.
There it is, I got it.
John Travolta
I knew
was
I
an
figured
angel.
it out. I knew I'd get it.
I love
we get there.
We'll watch it. That'll be one of our first community events. We'll all get
Watching
together.
John Travolta's Michael.
John Travolta's Michael.
Nicole's like,
Discord.
that's exactly as I was imagining. That's exactly it.
This is what they're about, huh?
I gotta write that down. That's gotta happen now.
Add it to
I'm
the
sorry,
outline.
guys. This is how D&D works. It happened in real time.
There it is.
PJs.
Michael.
Michael.
All right, yes.
PJs, Michael.
Yeah, get
Not
your PJs
don't
on.
go to Michael's. though.
Yeah,
That's
don't
wrong.
go to
No,
Michael's.
that would be wrong.
Movie.
So just real quick about bringing a character in. We at this point the character sheet has done your hit points. You do have the option to take the average. I'm going to take you back one level.
Okay.
So again, cowards would take their option of getting 5 hit points from a D8. 8 being the max. It's better than average. Or like a champion, like a hero of the people, you could roll your D8, and I'll also roll a D8, and then not tell you the answer, but you can choose mine or yours.
I feel like you're really leading me towards one of these choices.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, it's so crazy.
So weird.
I
didn't sense it when it was happening to you, but now I know.
Feels different. Feels different when the stairs
I
going
think
on.
it just
right?
had like
Power.
So which do you want to do? He said already, almost rolling.
It's like, let's go.
my body's flush with validation. That was so nice. It's
Yes.
just like first roll.
Yeah. Maybe it's a little intense. I don't care.
I don't care.
don't care.
All right, let's do this.
I
Let's do
knew
this
it.
dice.
Yes.
You're one of us.
I'm gonna roll it.
You're one
guys.
of us.
It's gonna happen.
I'm
Let's
gonna roll
go.
it.
I'll give away nothing.
Roll hot.
I'm gonna
Roll
hot. She's gonna.
I'm gonna roll it.
She's
Okay,
gonna.
Here we go. Okay. I got a 6.
That's better than
That's
average.
pretty good.
That's better than average.
That's better than average.
Okay.
Now, you get the choice.
Oh God.
Do you want to keep yours?
You keep your 6.
Oh, what if I rolled real bad?
Oh God.
What if I rolled real good?
Oh, he could have rolled better than you.
Could be anything.
What do you do?
There's an option. There's 2 other higher numbers on this die.
That's
so,
Yeah.
a math way to
5
look at it
beneath
is a
it.
very good way to look
You
at
also
it.
have a pretty good constitution. Sorry, I'm looking at your character. Your constitution is a 14, so you would get 2 added to that
Nice.
even.
Oh, so you could already come out on top.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Could.
That's
Keep
Dave
it.
says keep it.
Keep it.
When Dave
well,
talks.
You know what? I'm gonna
The wise
listen to
listen.
Dave.
Yeah.
Yay!
I was
Yo,
like,
and I rolled a 1! I wanted it so bad. I
God!
wanted her to be like, I trust you, Bam. And just be like, face! Welcome to the team!
Welcome to the team!
Dunk!
How foolish!
Oh shit! Yeah, we're calling that a shit crit just because it had the weight
Oh,
that could have a
man.
shit crit. Remember,
Crit.
or crit sip. Do you think? Boom. Oh god, I can't lie. It's a pretty one too. These dice are amazing. They're like just really pretty. They were a gift for my, or no, was it Christmas? I think. But yeah, they're the kind of dice I would never let players use because you're just like, what even does that say?
Right.
But I'm a DM. I can roll back here and read my rolls perfect every time. So here we go. All right, so dope. Yeah. So how many extra hit points does that give you? What would your total was? You rolled a 6.
I rolled
and you have
6.
2, so you get 8 more hit points.
That's
that actually,
dope.
8 more.
That's going to increase you to 47, which is
Wowie.
not bad for a rogue.
Wow.
It was like
And better than
47. Jesus.
Yeah, you're like because you have a D8 hit dice. He has a D10. He has pretty high. And it's like
Right, you're
chomping on
11
his
hit
heels.
points less than me. As a rogue,
Yeah.
Yay.
you're usually like 21 hit
I don't
points
like how
below.
you said rogue.
Well, just you guys don't have a lot of hit points.
But
Ooh, this is what.
Well, no, I love you. No,
I don't
Nicole,
know.
I'm so happy to have you. Like, yeah.
I like how you said
I'm just saying, you guys are kind of squishy if you get hit. Which is why you're good at not getting hit.
wings, okay?
giant
I am
squishy
doing my
rings.
best.
And I love you.
You know what?
No.
Can't see me anymore.
Wings.
Where did she go?
Where the fuck did she go?
Where did this giant wall of feathers come from now, guys? It wasn't here before, but I can't find Nicole.
I love that you're just
So
on every
weird.
conversation. I don't like it. Hey! And you're like, okay.
Oh my gosh, that's.
Don't wing up. Don't wing up. Oh, she
Ah.
winged up.
Ah, she did it.
We'll never see her again.
Dang it. All right, so that's Enra.
Yay,
The Asimar Soul Knife. Look, you went second, you crushed it. So
So good.
Curiously, just because it
so
will
good.
facilitate this next step, what, as a new player coming in to sit at the table, what does feel like the most daunting thing? Like, we want this to be easy and accessible. You're supported at this table. One of the best things about this group, and this has been a thing we do behind the scenes before we go on, we always say, like, we've got your back. Like, we're always here to help. Asking what dice you need to roll and how much is never a problem. I do math, like dice math crazy quick. So all that stuff, it's like just, that's why, and I want this to, it helps me introduce new players to see where those barriers are. Like, a lot of time just seeing D&D be played helps a lot. But like, what right now, like we're sitting at the table here, our next steps come up. What is the thing that you feels a little big or obscure right now?
I mean, stuff we've already been kind of addressing, like the dice, because every time I've played has been online, so I haven't actually played with dice. I'm very excited to play with dice. And the little tips I've already kind of gotten about making little clusters and doing little things. That's very helpful. Learning what they all are, finding that she taught me a trick where you put the highest number of the dice up, so you know, looking right at it, what it is.
See, those are tricks, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, those are great tricks. I love all of that.
And that's great too, because like I've played D&D since I was 7. I'm 37 now, so 30 years. And it's like that's something that's a great. I should do that. Like that, it genuinely is a good thing. So that's again supportive of players as they learn. A lot of you guys learned digitally. You clicked a button that just did the thing, and then you told me the number. Now we're in the world where we're rolling dice results and stuff.
And we still tell you the number though.
Yeah. I've also said it's like I
never
do
lie.
like dice math really fast. So if you're ever just like I got a this and this and this and a this, don't worry, I'll take care of that.
Yes.
So like we can just facilitate that. I just don't want it to appear disrespectful in any way if I start doing that. So I'm just used to doing it as a DM.
No, go ahead.
I was the crypto state champion. So.
Oh my God! What is that?
Me either.
It's a
What the fuck is that?
I'm so proud of it
that-
too.
Yeah.
it's a math game.
Proud of our friend.
Oh,
You hate math.
But I won
I
the
hate math. I'm really
think
bad
you're
at it.
allergic to it.
I'm allergic to it.
She's
But I
allergic
think
to math.
I have a lot of numbers anxiety, I guess. So it's nice to be able to
Watch
play.
out, it's a 5!
no, she's allergic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just covered in hives.
I'm covered in fives.
So yeah, so as somebody that has a lot of like numbers, like I get nervous about doing math because it doesn't come really fast to me. Like I use my fingers and stuff. It's nice to know that that's one of the reasons why I was turned off from D&D for so long, because I was afraid that I couldn't do it, and I was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed if I can't do things quickly. So it's nice to just know that you have my back and I can just yell out what I roll, and you're like, I did a math.
Yeah,
I did it.
Absolutely. And it's
So thanks.
again, it's when we talk about barriers of play, I feel like that is not an uncommon issue. I find with a lot of players that I play with, it's like, oh, what if I don't do math fast? It's like, don't worry, that's well,
Someone will have it. Like
yes.
someone at the table does
We've
math.
got it,
Yeah,
and and again, playing D&D all the time for 30 years. I'm particularly good at
Love
math
it.
from 1 to 20.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, but being honest with, especially your dungeon master or players around the table with those kind of things, will allow to facilitate that. And so, had we not had that conversation, we wouldn't even known to breach that. So, and it's not, I've had this with many games. So, again, as far as barriers of access to this thing that I think everybody should be doing, and I fucking love and fucking play D&D.
Oh, yeah.
It's great to be able to kind of facilitate also how to break those down a little bit. So, I find, again, the mechanics of D&D for me, after learning several generations, I get stuck in like old edition rules and stuff. So it is helpful to me to write these little primers for you guys, just to remind me of what your characters are capable of. So I'm presenting challenges that suit the characters to present them to. We'll go over a lot of the again, I've been trying to find a good video. Anybody that is in the Discord, if you have a particular like DM or Dungeons and Dragons beginner, kind of tutorial thing, share it. I have so far not really loved the ones I found, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I just need to make one.
You should just make one.
You should
make one.
So, ideally something along that way, because it's like we want this to be, there is the rules. It's like, here's 3 books. Read 3 books and play a game with numbers.
No.
She actually does love reading.
No.
Yeah.
So
I was like, hey, something about we were talking about races that she could be. I said something about wood elves, and she's like, oh yeah, wood elves with this. this, and there's this option, and in Faerun they do this, and I was like, whoa, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Nicole literally does research for our podcast like every week, right? So like she's got like that trained in her brain already to be like, I'm just gonna look it up. Like,
Look it up. I'm gonna read this book about it. I love reading.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good for you.
Thanks.
So
Good for you.
dope. So thank you. Yes, and that's basically it's good to know that like that the structure of I think for everybody it helps to have these little visual things that just kind of hey what's around, what are some of the things I can do in that function. I think D&D Beyond is good for that. They do have one section in the thing itself that's like I have a full action, what can I do for my character sheet, so kind of setting something similar to that up to that you have in paper at the table. I'll try to facilitate that as well. I think that would only help all of us, especially as we're learning new abilities even with characters we've played for 20 stories.
It also, I mean, it does help having watched it a bunch. It's like whether you've watched, because I know you watched our stream a whole bunch, and like Dimension 20 is a good one too, where like if it's just you're watching the flow of a game that like I feel like it all clicks as soon as you're gonna start rolling things. You're gonna be like, oh, that's what you guys were always saying when like you meant this and this. Like that's kind of how I feel like. I feel like you've got a good foundation there because you've seen so much of it. So yeah. So
Yay.
It'll be easy.
That'd be dope.
I'm so excited.
And we got your back.
And we got your back.
And we all love that you're here.
Failure.
Oh, we got we're
there's
so
really no
back
such
to
thing as
Psyched you're
failure.
here.
We're all there's tons of people that watch that are learning, and I think like even people that know the game backwards and forwards, there's always something that comes up, and they're like, oh yeah, that's what this is. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Like so, whatever. We're all learning.
Yeah, just I do a show called Shots Beer, and there is something from it that I love as like an idea, and it's something that brings me peace before a big thing. Is strong and wrong. Like in D&D, failure is a great opportunity for better stories. Some of our favorite stuff came from stories of failure.
Yeah.
So go all in. Like you can't really land. You can't botch the landing if you're just giving it, and going in. And you've seen these us psychopaths, like we go for it. And I think as we start bringing music in here, big shout out again to a Munch Party who's been helping me kind of work on like ducking. When we talk, the audio will pull back, and our voices will be here clear. So there'll be a little bit of a relationship between our voice and the music in the room.
Nice.
Sandy Stein's incredible audio mixed in with a little bit of Sirenscape to grab some moods and stuff. I think as performers, and I know you guys as stage performers, I can't wait to kind of support you with a room around you that, kind of feels like the magic. We can drop the feel and the vibe of things. I think it's going to be like, as I just know you as performers, it's when you get a stage light and it glimmers in your eye, and it's when that music hits and their story on the line. I'm fucking getting goosebumps thinking about it.
It's been a while since I felt that.
Yeah, so. and that's what we're here, And so all that on top of these awesome characters. Yeah. So thank you, Nicole. It is so great to have you at the table. And like I said, to have don't hold. If there's ever a thing you need clarity on, do not ever think like that anybody at this table would be like, if you need clarification on anything. So yeah, and I encourage anybody playing with new players to similarly, rather than show off this knowledge of a rule set that help them understand why you love that thing so much. And there is like a beautiful balance to so much of the stuff that makes everybody feel pretty rewarded the way that they play their game their own way. And so supporting new play styles, new players, and finding out what that is like super exciting. So
I love you guys so much.
Love you too. We're so happy to have you. Seriously.
We're all high here. Yes.
I do have one question, Bam. Do you have a grinder full of marijuana?
I do. Here, have that. Go ahead and reload.
Thank you so much.
I'm passing the magazine around.
Thank you.
All right, so reload those bullets. Now we are moving on. Did you do tie, or was there a next highest?
I rolled
talked
a 4.
I rolled a 2.
A 2. All right, Brenna. All right. Are you pumped to be bringing Pickles to like a whole new area? Like, what's the?
Absolutely. I'm really stoked. I really like this character. When I built him, I just kind of wanted to. I don't know. It was something that tickled me. So, and he's really grown into being just this lovable little, like, straightforward, fucking straight shooting, like, fucking asshole. It's really fun. And he just smokes his cigarettes and throws them at people. And it's an interesting thing because he started out as, for people that are just kind of joining, he started out as a He's a teddy bear. He's cuddle forged.
Cuddle forged.
So he's all he knew for his whole existence, because I don't know life. I don't know, like, is that he is a teddy bear that is assigned to a child with a little golden book that is there to fight off nightmares. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So so he's just this little teddy bear. He's got a tambourine and he's a monk. So he uses the paws. And I'm fast as fuck.
Hella fast.
And I'm about to get faster.
Even faster.
I go like a 50 speed. Like he's a little goofball. But so the thing is though, like he was assigned to a little girl, Alyssa.
Yes.
And then like there's this time in between where like it's like darkness, right? And he like doesn't know what that is. And it's in between when like he's growing up. There's this little girl growing up in front of him, and he just looks like a teddy bear, like straight up, like you see in the chat. He's literally like just this dead-eyed, like little black eyes, like teddy bear with like the stitching mouth, like the old school original like Pooh Bears. So yeah, he's this like little bear, and he smokes cigarettes, which is really funny. And he has the tambourine on his back, and he's super quiet. And so he fought off nightmares for Alyssa for a long time. And then she grew older and older, and then there's like a period of darkness, right? And then came back, and suddenly there was another little girl there, and it's Alyssa's daughter, Sarah. And so he doesn't know what happened during those periods of darkness. Like, if he was I doing anything? Was I conscious? Like, there's just like missed time, and then another little girl, and he's like, oh, okay. Theme. Yeah. And so he's like, okay, well, cool. I'm gonna protect this. Of course, this is my job. Like, I have this book. This book explains like him and like what Cuddle Forged are. They're there to fight off nightmares. Mm-hmm. And so, now Sarah gets older, and she needs him less and less, so he didn't want a period of darkness again. So that's when he came to the Glorpinage and met Dickens, Tangleface. Little clown boy, little sweet clown boy. Little sweet clown boy.
Space noodles.
And so he met him, and he watched him grow up, and then he would also just like hop into the nightmares of other orphans around, because he was like, I don't want to go back to the darkness, so I'm just gonna keep doing this. Yeah. Like, if I keep doing this, I don't want to go back to the darkness.
Does it make me?
Yeah. So, but then he met up with some friends because they were gonna, go investigate this, or met up with some people that he knew about, like the original LP committee.
At a strange campfire.
Yeah, a strange campfire. Because he knew about it from Dickens, and like kind of knew Amaryllis and other people, and Gary was somebody that he knew because his family, the Nade family, is like a big deal in Sativan, and he's never really traveled outside of there.
Yeah.
As far as he knows.
As far as he knows.
He doesn't know. Like, he has no idea. The periods of darkness are fucking weird. So, he meets up, and then like the first thing that happens is like rot grubs get inside of him and explode out of him, and he bleeds.
Weird.
First time.
Because he hadn't really bled before. He thought he was stuffing.
Yeah. He thought he was a teddy bear.
Yes. He thought he was a teddy bear. So yeah, he fucking started bleeding, and he's like, oh my god. So now he got healed, and he was okay, obviously. But now he is obsessed with mortality and death. And like he's just this little goth bear, but he still just looks like a teddy bear, right? And you have no idea. Yeah, he did. He became a woman that day. Yeah. He fucking did. He womaned up.
I saw that.
Grew a pair of ovaries, bitch. So he's just like, oh my god, like, and so that is kind of funny because he is like non-gendered. They're like, what are you? And he's like, I don't know, I'm a teddy bear.
I find I go back and forth between he and she. Yeah,
that's the vibe. He's not really attached to either. He's like, I don't know.
He doesn't have sexual organs.
Yeah, he's like, I do not care. Like,
he's a cuddle forged.
Yeah, he's like, I know you're talking to me. That is fine.
It's made for cuddling.
It's for cuddling.
For cuddling.
So he's now like obsessed with it. So I also in all this meantime became a monk with the Way of the Long Death. So that's like part of him being super obsessed with it. He like at one point was having this like thing where he kind of almost maybe saw someone with a red mask.
Yes.
But he's like, so he's like obsessed, and he's like so curious now about who that was, Like, he seemed like a really cool guy.
No, I bet he's really cool.
What is that about?
That is really cool.
And then also, I've become Fey touched as well.
Yes.
Because I was like, let's take a feat. That sounds fun. And so I can hex people, which is fucking hilarious.
Hex a monk is dope.
I'm just glad I have that now.
Yeah,
Pickles is just this.
I hex you.
Yeah, I do not like you. I curse you. I curse you. I do not like you. Yeah, that's what it is. The hex is I burn you with my cigarette. Yeah.
Welcome in Perception Studio. Thanks so much for bringing people our way again this week, guys. We really appreciate it. We are session zeroing right now. We hope your game went awesome. I have mad love for your studio and setup, guys. You are one of the inspirations that got us to the setup. We're finally playing at the table together. Sliders Perception Studio. Be sure to give them a follow, buds.
Sliders?
Sliders.
Great.
Oh my
show.
God, I could absolutely go for some sliders right now.
The John Rhys Davies television vehicle.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Good, yeah.
You know.
Oh, sliders, right? Yeah. Sliders.
I was gonna yes and whatever you fucking said.
It was a real thing.
I thought it was a TV show.
I think
So,
that's
Pickles, you're
Yes.
jumping from 4 to level 6.
Fuck yes, I am. Yes, I sure diddly ding ding.
Which got you
will.
some pretty cool stuff. Looks like we've mostly updated at this point. Again, this kind of like change in you. We'll pick up from where we left off. You get one of the monk's best abilities, in my opinion, 5th level Stunning Strike.
Yes, I know. Starting at 5th level, you can interfere with the flow of ki in an opponent's body when you hit another creature with a melee weapon. With melee weapon attack, you can spend 1 ki point to attempt a stunning strike. This target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of your next turn. They'll be stunned.
They'll be stunned. Also struck. It's funny to think of a teddy bear being like.
Yeah, karate chop to the throat.
So soft, and I can't move.
Yeah. And then I also get an extra attack at 5th level.
Yep.
But also
5th level.
5th level, I got an extra attack.
I was like, what?
Yeah, they just no one can stop me. Starting at 6th level, my unarmed strikes will count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage.
And with incorporeal monsters around, that'll probably come in handy.
I'm gonna punch a ghost in the face.
You blend him and punch him.
Yeah, pockets in.
Pocket sand.
Pocket punch.
Ouch.
Yeah. And then also I get even faster. So unarmored movement at 6th level, your unarmored speed bonus increases to 15 feet while you are not wearing armor or wielding a shield.
Which I think previously was unarmored
50.
movement 10, right? 10 extra feet. So you were at 50, you get 5 more. So you're
Cool.
55. If you dash, you move 110 feet in 6 seconds. Oh,
Au revoir.
Yeah.
just a
Well,
cloud of
bye,
smoke.
idiots. And then just fucking out. Yeah.
The cigarette's still spinning in the air.
One thing that I do love also is you're so like dexterous in your movement that even though you have the timbre ring on you, it doesn't make noise unless you want it to. It's like that scene in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie where he gets all the bells in the smoke but he doesn't make any sound. It's like that.
It's like that.
But a little teddy bear doing it.
Yeah.
No idea that was that.
Kino had no clue. He was blown away.
Okay. Also, because of the way of the long death,
Yes.
I get the Hour of Reaping, which as an action, each creature within 30 feet of you that can see you must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, which is going to be DC 14, or be frightened of you until the end of your next turn.
I love it.
But so I know that I understand that maybe the idea. The first thought would be that I get a scary face or something, but I love even more that nothing changes. You just know the vibe is fucking wrong. Or it's either that or the tambourine just starts. And I'm like,
Oh shit!
So everyone within 30 feet is like, ah!
What's the bear gonna do?
Dude, me about that for? What's that bear do? What's the fucking bear gonna do? Like just putting it, making everybody.
Just to zoom in on your like lifeless eyes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
bring a
nothing
tambourine
changes.
here.
You just but it's like.
Oh, you're like a little
We're gonna have a whole Foley studio and
a little rattle bear, yes, you can right ahead of me.
Rattle bear. Yeah.
And we can do all of that. Like we can choose your hour of reaping can be displayed in all kinds of different ways. So we have found two great ones so far.
Yeah, it's I'm pretty stoked about it.
Yeah, dude. So that highlights basically the skills that you've gained since we met you last. Again, we did the chapter 1 of Ganjaria. You can find it on YouTube. It is a 20-session chapter. This will also be 20 sessions. That's the goal, is 20 sessions for each of the 5 chapters. But we've done level ups with that character and stuff, so picking up kind of from there. Which brings you to an interesting decision. Now, you were level 4, Pickles, on Wii. And you got to level...
I had 32 health.
32 HP.
HP. 32 health points.
So you have, but 32, and you have a, how do you say, 2d8 to roll, or, like the cowards, you could take the average, and I would judge you with such disdain, you would feel it while you sleep.
Do you sleep?
But Brenna's got balls, so she'll be like, fuck you, give me the average too. Like, I almost don't want to goad her too much, because she'll just shut me the fuck down. I'm scared. That's me at the frightening.
The hour of reaping is upon us! Be a brave Bill. Oh yeah, I'll be a brave Bill. I'll be a brave Bill. Yeah, you said 2d8?
Yeah, so it would be d8 for each level. I would also roll the match.
I know, I was like, fuck off!
No, so you will get an add your con modifier to those rolls as well.
Cool.
We could do them one at a time though, if we were rolling them like we should.
Yeah. I have 2, so these are the die I have for Pickles, because Pickles was a fancy lad. Comes from a fancy household, so I have these little fancy, like, goldy, like,
ooh, fancy boy.
Fancy heavy boys. And then, because Pickles is so tiny, I have a
tiny Pickles that they are so ennui.
Huh? Okay, I'll show you. She's like,
show me your tiny Pickles.
Steph don't fuck around in the studio. She's like,
show me your D8s, Brenna. Show me your D8s. I'm like, Stephanie, no, not here.
You're done. Your camera turns off.
Yeah, I'm like,
damn, don't fuck with Stephanie, bro.
Sorry, Nicole.
All right.
Walk over
so
here.
yeah, we're doing 2d8.
Yeah, I'll be fancy boy.
I'm rolling the top and bottom. I've got them.
Well, I got 5. I got 5 on it.
Which is the average.
Yeah.
So do you want to take that or do you want to take my roll?
I want to take yours.
It's a 2.
Jacques!
Sorry! You did. I'm proud of you and I have hurt you at the same time.
Betrayal!
Jacques!
Still a brave bear. Still such a brave bear.
Okay,
I was a brave Bill!
what's your con modifier?
My con modifier is 2.
All right, so that's 4 hit points for that level.
Well,
look, I'm not happy about it. Yeah, I am. I actually am. Only because, again, the dice are telling the story. You know, you are a little teddy bear. You know, you've been through a lot.
I really
But
have. I'm just,
what about the second roll?
I didn't know I could die.
What was your second roll?
I'm doing it now.
Oh, okay.
Doing it live.
Doing it live.
A little. 6.
Oh.
I'm so scared now. I'm a scared Bill. I need bravery. Please give me strength. Give me strength. God damn it. I'm gonna keep it.
I rolled an 8. I'm sorry, Brett. I couldn't. Yeah, I did. It's there. A 2 and an 8. Yeah, it's there. So.
No.
Yeah, that's an 8. So no, it's good. It's good. So now you got. So what? You rolled. What was the second one? I'm sorry.
I'm going home now. I rolled a 6.
A 6. So you're
have
14,
2.
and then +2. So
Yeah. So I'm at
44.
Okay, that's fine.
Still a boy bear.
44.
All right.
Such a boy bear.
This is why don't. I'm sorry. I do like rolls, but this is why rolling. But you know what's great though? It all flushes out. I think you're only 1 hit point down from average at this point.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a little. We will do. I think that's apply that. I'm sorry, and I think that's it. You don't use a lot of equipment. You have a tambourine.
Yeah, and then I throw my cigarettes at people, and that's my darts.
Yeah, I might give you a magical pack of cigarettes just so it's like they count, just as magical weapons.
Yeah.
Just like your punches. All right, sweet. So Pickles Ennui coming in. You've got the big secret of the kingdom. It's you're the only one that knows what actually happened. You will overhear quite a bit of slander at the name of the people of the Spring Kingdom, as all these people think basically they just didn't open the gates and are keeping all that bounty to themselves. They don't know what actually happened. So you have.
But it's been a year now.
It's been a year now.
And
yes.
the gate still
the
haven't
gate
opened?
did not open again. Again.
Well, so now I'm wondering who's really happened there. Me, but I'll find that'll shake out in the wash, I guess.
So yes, we are beyond the gate opening again. So now the hunger of yet another year with no bounty.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I know what happened, but I can also, I don't know. I'm gonna figure.
Yeah, you've got. I mean, at this level now, you have magical means. You could ping Gary. You could ping Amaryllis. So we could open up the magic cell phone and we can do some telecommunication and stuff.
Excellent.
So, as you guys now have reached, again, we're past the beginner adventure phase. You guys are now names of the region that you're in. Like, there is a reason you are being tasked with finding the king's assassin. Is the power of you as a collective unit. Some of these powers, however, are not as clear as others. I think I'll take that as transition to my man Jake's character. Because certainly
Shake it up.
Mark is a man of much reputation in the Kush kingdoms. You want to tell us a little bit about our man?
Certainly. So Xymark, Ivrecular, the Inquisitor. Because when you're a necromancer, you get the blank.
Absolutely.
One of the perks of joining that said school.
He gets a Oh shit.
Doom Reaper. The back of
You have the Doom Whisperer.
The Doom Whisperer, yes, is your like teacher, the one that's taught you the ways of necromancy. Tabitha, right?
Tabitha Rotheart.
Tabitha
the Doom
Roth,
Whisperer.
The Doom Whisperer. That's what I'm talking about. My man's serving up names, and I'm like driving, like, oh shit. So yes, go on. Continue on.
Yes. So Mark for short. Mark the necromancer.
Mark with 3 A's.
6.
Right,
3
I'm
to
sorry,
6.
I forgot.
mean,
Okay, great.
really,
Yeah.
the number depends on the
write
mood
it,
you're
like-
in, and the
That's
weather too. We don't
Just
talk about the
kinda
weather
just-
here.
Yeah,
Decide how many you want to use. Don't have to use them all.
great.
But Mark delved into necromancy with Tabitha Rotheart shortly after his mother passed away. That was like a big, shot to the soul. And that's the void that necromancy filled. And he's also his outlook on the Kush Kingdom, because now that he's from there, but he's kind of looking at it through a different lens, and now dealing with the living and the dead. There's kind of that. What's the difference? So he's a little bit of that. But will put on a happy face and, whatever, clink glasses with the pomp and circumstance of the Kush Kingdom.
Of the sexy occult, if you will.
The sexy
Yeah, we've talked a little bit.
occult.
One of the cool
Sexy
things in the Kush
occult.
Kingdoms,
Right, that's a good one.
family is such a big thing there that it's not uncommon for necromancers to be hired to bring the skeleton of your grandfather back. And it's depending on the power of the necromancer, it might answer questions, or it could just sit there and be like, meh. But it's not occult things are in a world where there's parties all the time. The fancy entertainment that is summoning spirits and undead
No.
comes into play, which
And that's
Mark
how
has done.
Gets some coins.
Gets the coins.
He's a bit of a charlatan, as you said.
Yes.
Even in that double-faced presentation where, I feel like with this group he'll be more of Xymark. But Mark at the parties, you got to be prepared and go into these like disgusting social situations.
Yes.
But oh, the shit-eating grin.
Oh my god. You gotta sometimes be Mark at every party. You gotta be
Yeah.
Mark at every
You
party.
gotta
Sometimes
Mark.
be Mark
Yeah.
at the party.
Yeah, I think Susan and Mark should get together. Ooh.
Yeah.
Little does he know, there's a one-handed woman out there for him.
Fuck.
Yeah, we cut her
Man.
hand off.
Just thrown out.
I thought Ben always get fucked over by this shit. Like,
She's
playing
like,
with you.
stop picking on
I'm
me.
like, wait a second. You know what? Yes, Ann, that's fine. Party Mark. Party Mark.
Party Mark.
Oh, you guys going to Max Patty?
We going to
Nice
Mac? Are you a
party.
co-op?
You guys
Are you a co-op?
Party Mark is in the house tonight.
Yeah, Mac. The necromancer.
Yeah. Mark, the necromancer.
So obviously in a setting where undeath is lingering around as a threat, there is, just to be clear, because you exist in the lore of this kingdom, there is something about these unresting that is not following the proper rules, and Tabitha is furious about it. You know, an undead has its own place in the energy. The anti-life has space in the balance of the energies that be. But these unresting souls that are out in the woods beyond seem to be still driven by stolen souls. And so they're robbing the rite of passage of a natural undead, monstrosity being born or summoned for a parlor trick. And they are capturing them and creating an army in the woods. And so Tabitha and you at this point, yes, you are a party, like you are invited to many of High Fair events. There might be a couple guys that aren't super happy with the results of, what you brought them and, are looking around for you every now and again. But this thing is now starting to become, it's, the thing you play, the playground you play in, there's now some like bullies coming in that don't follow the rules. And so there's this fun opportunity to play with, and might I add, you and Drew playing a ghost slayer and a necromancer, the unlikely bromance that is sure that has
cop
happened
drama.
through two different character sets.
Oh,
Like they always bro up.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see. I'm so excited for that. And you have given me so many juicy story bits to build from.
And just knowing death so well, I mean, obviously, like you said, with the unrest, hits different.
Yeah.
There's something a little...
And it makes you a valuable member. It makes sense why you needed this guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, wait, there was that guy that brought those people back to life. Call that dude. Like, we need somebody to go with the freaking martial arts teddy bear and the hiding angel and the guy who's bleeding all over himself to cast magic.
No, I chose this.
Yeah.
I chose to bleed on.
Bleeding at all the party.
This is my choice. This is my choice. I'm not gonna do it. All right, so, dude, awesome. You built out. Did you build it's a pure wizard, right? Like wizard necromancer.
I want to say it's, wizard, but it's School of Necromancy is pretty much their like book way
focus.
of...
Yes. Yeah, necromancer's cool. It does bring into play like these like undead servants that you can summon and bring to you and stuff, and then they get boosted by the fact that you are a necromancer, so they're even stronger. So you'll have a couple little skeleton guys to use.
Especially entourages at the party. Like bring him in, put a little bow tie on a skeleton. He's your +1.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes. Just like pouring your wine. And,
He gets the door.
Thank you. I love it. Oh, fucking D&D's the best.
I love him. I love him.
Oh, Mark. So variant human, a fellow variant human.
Human variant, yep.
Human variant, nice.
Oh, so there's something.
Did you go with a feat?
I think it might be time to bring back Smell Sniper.
Smell sniper!
Smell Sniper!
Willy, 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 willy.
Brenna's invention, the song "Smell Sniper."
Yeah. Smell sniper.
That's that new single coming out.
Yeah.
Pickles on weed.
Yeah, pickles on weed, and then on weedly, weedly.
Dope. Spell
We
Sniper.
had that from the prologue. Riel got some Smell Sniper.
Yeah.
But I think it doubles the range. And
Doubles.
it gets them, instead of half cover, it's like 3/4 or quarter
Correct.
cover.
If somebody's like half covered, or 3/4 covered, you attack them as if
It's
half.
like Wanted, you like curve the spell.
Yes, bend it.
Yeah.
Beam.
Give it a hookaroonie.
Give it a little. One of them. Is that how they do it? A little.
I think they.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it's like
All right, that's it. We got
Yeah.
it. We can do this professionally.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Where's
like
James
it.
McAvoy when you need him?
Please be
No.
careful. You're gonna throw your shoulder
He's actually
out.
doing the remake of Michael.
He's in my
He curves the wings.
I did it. It happened. Yeah.
That's why I planted.
Dope, yeah. So smell Cyper, nice. And you get, from that, you actually get a free cantrip as well. Did you go with a cantrip?
Free?
I think it was gonna be. I think it was Scorching Ray,
Nice.
which is interesting. Like with death and cremation, having
Yeah,
some
yeah.
kind of fire element. But yeah,
Ray.
We'll do intelligence.
Scorching
Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray Leona.
Oh wait, hold on. Firebolt would be the cantrip.
is that the one that comes with it? Okay, my
Yes,
mistake.
yes, Firebolt. Yeah, yeah.
I was close.
Scorching
It was
Ray
one of
is
the
a
hot
spell
ones.
you have, yeah, but Firebolt would be the cantrip. Sweet. Little Scorching Ray is not a cantrip. Copy.
Rules?
Boom.
Thank
And then we
got
got
his
it.
ass.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So
Kick his ass.
proficiencies. Did you choose what skill proficiencies you were
Yeah.
gonna have?
Kiss his
Little dot
ass.
next to the
Wait.
skill
As far as
box.
like the class features.
Yeah, bring in those.
Oh, I got the numbers. Got a high investigation, fun enough, so I guess that works out. We're gonna be the sleuths.
I don't know if it has.
Wait, I got it over
proficiencies
here.
added.
Mark, come
Okay,
here,
yeah.
look
So
at
any of
this.
the ones that have the asterisks next to it. Because you are a wizard, you get tons.
I have
So,
pretty
yeah,
high
it's-
perception.
Charisma, intelligence, and dex.
Sweet, and then that'll factor in. I think it's all right, and then you get ability score improvement when you hit 4th level, or you can take another feat, where you're going to boost your stats or take another feat.
I can get another one, or is that where
You
spell stats
could.
are?
I think the feat comes from variant human.
Oh,
So you
nice.
could, again, you're a wizard. Most wizards like the highest intelligence they can have. You would probably be an 18 right now, so you could boost it to a 20, which is the highest you can get without magic items, which would give you +5 as your bonus to all intelligence stuff.
When I rolled, I'm a 19 right now.
Sure,
so
19. So that would put you at 21.
I
Yeah.
could just.
Yeah, you could just do +1 to that, and +1 to something else. You could add +1 to your intelligence, and then +1. Do you have another odd numbered stat?
Another odd number?
Yeah.
Odd numbered stat.
Or wait, no.
Everything else?
Oh my god, how the fuck did
So
that
what
work?
you could do is either boost. Well, you can't go above 20. So you would go +1 to intelligence to get you to a 20, and then add +1 to one of the even ones, and then maybe you find a magic item that boosts that by 1 or something. You know what I mean? Like just kind of put it in your next most important stat, which might be dexterity or
think
charisma.
so.
Go with.
Mark needs some charisma, actually. Charisma is a -1.
Nice.
Mark needs, because that's kind of blends in with what you're saying with the story, though, too. He shows up and he's that's the dead person guy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he's kind of a hoot at parties, but some people are like,
Yeah, as far as like
it
his
doesn't float
ability,
everybody's boat.
he's not like pulling the wool over your eyes, like oh everything's fine. You know, he does stand out a bit. So nice.
Dude, Jake, you're getting a recommendation. Jake,
Well, shit, Arch. I mean,
Oh yeah, you could take a feat that has +1 like
there a
fate
big brain?
touch, or that's actually a good point. Let me see here.
I'm Fate Touch. What's up?
looking out, Arch.
We've got
Keen Mind.
Keen Mind is oh my gosh, Arj. You do bring up one of, like, in my opinion as a player, the best abilities in the game. You just have, like, photographic memory, basically. So you'd be like, hey, Brenna, remember that thing you said? And I'll be like, of course I do. And you'll be like, I remember every exact detail of the way that you said it. But you don't have to do it. You just go, I know that. And I go, of course you do, Jake. And as I had said exactly last time, here is exactly what I had said in the conditions in which I said them.
Yeah.
So,
Can I still take notes, though? Because there's something about a little...
please still take notes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how you piece the narrative
I
together.
declare.
Yeah.
But you can also be like, hey, Brennan, remember when you... I'll be like, yeah, of course you remember everything. And you get the +1. So that might be a cool way to balance that out instead of splitting the... that's a great call.
Yes, thank you.
Fey Touched
It's the
is one
pretty
that...
sweet feet.
that she did as
Sweet
well,
feet.
which gave her a Misty Step, and that was she got the Fey Touch thing through with Pickles. But yeah, no, that honestly that fits pretty well for you. Let me go back.
I'm
Yeah, and I think like with years of mourning and learning at the same time, it would make sense. Versus it's like I don't know where the
Well,
Hey Touch would be dope, but I just like I always try and think of it lore-wise too, what works.
yeah, and you know, as a necromancer, you're prone to whispering to yourself sometimes, and so it kind of speaks to the secret knowledge that you kind of pull from just by your tangible, you know, access to the whispers of the gone, those past.
There's also shadow touch because then you just get free invisibility.
Yeah,
Sneaky, everyone's
sneaky
just
fuck.
a sneaky fuck.
You just sneaky fucks. I'll be like, there's guards, and you'll be like, nah, there ain't no guards. We're already past the guards, bro. Like,
Yeah.
let's get to work.
Look, guards. Pickles has Misty Step now. Yeah, I do. I have Misty Step. I can do whatever I want.
Yes.
Sneaky as a bunch.
And slow fall, so you can be like,
Yeah.
And then the wings.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I think what'll probably be kind of cool is that like I hop in there first and go pop up, and then I go I'm out.
Really?
So like so I'll like hit him a couple times and then get out of your way. Yeah. Yeah. So while you're
quick bleed!
while you're doing whatever that is, I'll just
I had my broccoli today, guys.
get there.
Anybody got an apple juice? Anybody got an apple juice for me?
Don't worry, I'm here.
Yeah, we're like,
Oh, God.
oh my god! Every time you hide in it, can it be like Homer and going into the bushes?
All the feathers.
Oh, like,
I love it.
Oh my god. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna go.
So
I
good.
have Keen Minded now. We can go. We'll go back and forth over as we kind of finalize the details. If any of the other options, you know, this is just kind of I've kind of threw that
Oh,
you have this feed at you. And
Thanks
you
to the
have
buds for the suggestions
yeah,
too.
Art's looking
Cheers,
out.
y'all.
It's so nice to have that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seriously, guys, it's so nice to have you guys. And so yes, you also always know which way is north. So fuck me again. I'll be like, you're lost. You'll be like, nope, I'm going that way.
Well, I know north
And I'll
south.
be like, no, you don't know what's that way. And you're like,
We're
oh, you
not
told me
that
what was that
lost.
way. Remember, I remember everything.
So keen, so keen.
yeah, what does he look like?
You always know the exact number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset. You can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month.
Wow.
Month. Wow.
Every game, I'll be like, it's 2 months later, and Jake has no idea what's going on
Yes.
anymore.
So many times. Yeah, it's blank. Like,
That does bring one more thing. The Sativan campaign was built upon an imposing threat that had a very limited time to get to. We will actually get to deal with kingdom, the expansion of your guys' will in this world around you, with a little bit of downtime, which is a component in the game. You're like crafting magical items, or studying lore, or there's training at a skill. There's ways you can spend gold to like learn proficiencies and things and stuff. But it'll allow you guys to have this downtime factor. Like say you guys complete the journey, you found a book. The book needs to be studied, so you have a week or a month and a day. But in that time, we'll get to start showing your guys' impact on the greater world around you through some of these decisions, which is a fun bit of storytelling too. Like, I don't want to just give anybody because I want to hear what yours are. So, but yeah, that idea of like you exist as a character in this world, your quests are piecing these blocks together, but there are these downtime activities that you can take part in. That will help build your character out a little bit more. And the idea of like while you're resting up from that crazy adventure, you opened a bar, or
We should open a bar.
We should open a bar.
Oh my God.
So it's a fun other element of the game that I don't think you guys have gotten to play with, because the prologue, the world was coming to an end. The Sativan, the gates were going to open. Again, I think I've leaned on that a little heavily in my trying to stream D&D storylines. I think it's like I don't necessarily need to be this impending doom clock of everything that's going to go wrong, but there will be sessions we play that, like the one-shot idea we founded, I will start a clock at the beginning of the game, and in 2 hours, something will happen.
that shit
love
was
it.
so scary.
Yes.
I was like, oh
It's so
god.
intimidating.
And it's fun. It adds an element of like, oh shit, we got to get this done. Like, what are we talking about right now? We got to go. So I will be incorporating that. I think that's a more exciting way to play with time than the big thing that's gonna happen at the end. It's
Fowdy.
It's Fowdy. I think it's better to kind of play with the idea of time in this space. We've lost a year already, and so let's spend some more opening bars.
What's it gonna take, like 16 months? Bro, we're gonna have a fucking sweet ass buy in like 14 months. Think about it, bro.
It just becomes a bar simulating campaign. That's all it is. We're dealing with all the business, all these fucking assholes. Oh, God.
Shout out to my brother Greg, who did play a character who all he wanted to do was sell pies. He found out the materials cost this much and that he could sell the pie for this much. And it's just like all he wanted. He was like, oh,
I'm just going to sit here and make money.
50 pies.
The money's
and
going
then
to
buy
fucking
stuff to
roll
make
in.
more pies.
Roleplay, yeah, that's some true
That's it.
fantasy roleplay.
So give him downtime and he could have just sold pie.
Love it.
See?
Everybody likes pie.
Everybody likes I love pie.
Everybody loves pie.
Undead thralls. Last of your abilities from pie to undead thralls.
Yep.
When you animate things, they get some boons. They get extra hit points from your level and your proficiency bonus +3 to their weapon damage. So it's like they poke a little stronger as well.
Okay.
Strong poke.
Yeah. So we do. I will say we are at an interesting point with this party where there is no dedicated healer. So factoring in,
I can bring you back.
I was going to say, I am
this
dedicated
ends
to
with
hurting
all you just-
myself.
an undead bear, an undead angel, an undead witcher.
Well, it's like I hurt myself to use my power, so yeah.
and then you just wake up.
I
like, wait a minute.
anti-heal.
Buddy.
Yeah.
So, you guys, the style of, there will be monster combats. Obviously, this is a game about killing monsters specifically. But I do like the idea of duels and courtly competitions of strength and wit rather than, monster fight this.
Late
really late. Technically, necromancers are just really late healers.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Fashionably late. In Mark's case.
Fashionably late. More.
Are you throwing that away?
What does Mark look like?
That's
Oh.
a question, yeah.
Well, it depends if it's party mark or if it's casual mark.
Oh
give me party mark.
Party Mark.
Party
Party
Mark.
Mark.
Is the lovely powdered white face and
Oh.
benotes only to him. It's because he's a necromancer. It's ash,
Cool.
so it sticks a little better
Yeah.
than
So
your
good.
average
You got a fat
powder.
ash.
He's such a fancy goth boy.
The fucking ash face, just like. But one of the large, like the wigs, the big beehives, like the Victorian
yes.
type beehives.
Bees?
Little blush, little lips, the finest coat. Yeah, usually a thrall of skeletons, so they would be behind him. But yeah, very much
His
the
posse.
posh.
I give you whatever magic item it is that allows you to summon skeletons with bow ties, and I think we all agree.
Yes, agree.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are absolutely just combo. Don't start selling bow ties on me though. In your downtime.
That's
I'll
so
summon
funny.
12 and sew 16 bow ties.
take
Actually,
them
do
off.
that. That could be fun.
Got it.
We just started to do a bow tie sim. Bow tie simulator.
Bow tie bar
Bow
says,
ties
bring it
and
all
bow
together.
ties.
Bow tie bar simulator.
That'll be the name of our bar, bro. Bow ties.
Bow tie.
Oh
Everyone
my
will think it's
gosh.
classy as fuck. So smart.
So again, health potions, considering risk and opportunity to take advantage stealthily, or setting up conditions that play out in your favor, as opposed to the kind of sword and sorcery running into danger that we've played in high stakes fantasy to this point. This is a little like what are the Dead Souls, right? Dead Souls is the game.
Dark Souls?
Dark Souls.
Thanks,
I was like-
sorry. There's a little Dark Souls to this game. Like you can die, and if you die, Mark might bring you back. And also, if you die in the woods, you're becoming unrested. So it's like I don't have to have the level 1 through 5 gloves on as much in the way that I design challenges. I want this to be fun for you guys. I want you to feel like you used your skills and abilities and wits to overcome challenges in ways that you would not without them, And so I am building you more complex diplomatic struggle, and there's the blog. We've talked about this news thing that ranks you basically as through the eyes of the Kush Kingdom's social network of sorts that updates based on the way you've performed and the people you're working for. So there's gonna be this heavy hang of death and the danger of existing when you're talking about who assassins kings. And so you might find yourselves rolling new characters before we get to the 20th chapter, or being one of Mark's bow tie wearing thralls.
You're the one.
I'm okay with
I
that.
swear. It's fine.
You just have to sign it like, all right, if I die, just go ahead and make me
Yeah,
a
you know
thrall.
what, Mac, I'm gonna go ahead and sign that.
Simple contract. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
If I die, I'm fine to be one of your bow tie skeletons.
Bow tie skeleton.
Did we find Lucien tonight? Is Lucien just like, hey, come on, I'm a blood hunter?
Hey.
All right.
I'm not being from Boston. It's
Are you a ghost?
Are you a fucking ghost?
You're not a ghost.
There's a fucking ghost in
Are you a
here.
fucking ghost?
Dude, that actually that basically brings us to the kind of wrapping up this week's characters. Any other details that any of you guys want to throw out? Any questions, concerns, comments, buds?
You're not gonna think I'm a coward, are you?
Hit
Hit
points.
points.
Wow.
Not now, because
I'm
you
not
called
no
me
coward.
out. He needs his hit points, guys. So
Wow.
yes, here we go, man. Hit points. You have your level 6. You roll D6s because wizards don't have a ton.
No, yeah, Mark's gonna be a little more fragile.
Can you hand me that big thing of dice right there?
Yes, I
Thank you.
can.
I'm just gonna pull 66.
I've got this one too.
Because it's also like an 86 is a fireball. Nicole, you're gonna love how many dice you're gonna roll as a rogue.
I am
You'll
excited.
just be like, oh, here's a sneak attack.
Or yeah, D6.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm in.
All
You're
in?
rolling.
One at a time.
I'm just gonna roll them all right now and organize them from just in order, and you'll go through which ones you want to choose. So I've rolled them all. You can roll one at a time.
Tree.
So 4 is the average. Do you want to take mine or do you want to take yours?
What do you got, Bam?
I got a 2!
Shit!
What's your con modifier?
My con 2.
So
Oh my God, really?
you will get max
you.
at first level. So you get 6 plus
good
8, that's
for
8.
you.
You'll get 8. So you're at, right now you're at 2nd level and you have 12 hit points.
Okay.
Um,
Next one's a 5.
this is 3rd level. Okay, 5. What do you want to do with that?
I'll keep it.
Okay, so you're up to 17. You're now
What'd you
3rd level. I got a 1 on that one, so good job.
Good call.
Here we go, going from 3rd to 4th level.
Third to 4th. Ooh. 3. What you got?
I got a 6!
Yes!
Oh,
All
so
right.
plus 2 on that is 8.
Well,
I'll take yours, please.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a 4. A 4.
that's the average.
It's like 2 2s. I'm gonna take that one.
All right, 4 more, and then it's 4 plus 2 is 6, so you're 31. And then I think you have 2 left?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Let's just do the last 2.
Oh, nice catch,
Thank
Ninja.
you. 6 and a 4.
You
You
earned
said
it.
4's the average?
4's the average.
I'll take yours on that.
Dude, I got a 5!
Oh,
So 6 and a 5, so 11 plus 4, 15. You're at 46 hit points.
Not bad for a fucking spellcaster.
Yeah, for a wizard, bro.
Damn,
That's
okay.
that's pretty much
Oh, man.
that's coming through. All right, so apply.
Can you just take some of the hits?
Man, yeah, that puts you way high. I think I may have given you one
yeah.
more. I'm gonna have to go back. I'll review it. But here we go. So dope. We have the party. All right.
40.
Healing potions and all that stuff will be factored into your plans. Trust me. You know, you might want to think about what your gear you're bringing with you. That will all be facilitated through your patron. So now is the time for you to choose your patron. Your options. I'm just going to bring them up real quick.
I already got.
Guys, we're going to need to do 2 wows for the buds.
Oh, okay.
Wow. And then.
Oh, we usually got to start on them. I build up a bit.
Just pick a chord.
You
It's
did great.
good. I missed.
All right, there's a couple wows. Sorry
missed
about the everything. Oh, that's right. Everything went weird at that point. So here we go. Davos Aglethor, the bastard son of the assassinated King Aglethor, who sits with the House of the Raven. Captain Elios Broussard, captain of the Unresting Watch, which is ruled by the Stag. Mash O'Malley, master vintner of the kingdom, and he works for the Octopus. In the Kush kingdoms, Ganjaria is refined into wine. And so he is the master vintner of that. And then there is a man named Tarduk the All-Eye, the seer of Saleh, and he represents the nihilist sect. Choosing this patron will affront you different rewards. Some of them, socially have benefits. Salaried employees of certain families, you'll be paid an actual salary. There are access to magical items a little easier through certain sects. The Stag, obviously, weapons, armor, magical stuff is easier for them to acquire. Whereas the Raven are a bit more high end. There's a little bit more that you kind of be dealing with black markets and things. So you might be able to access rarer things but pay higher for them. House of the Octopus is kind of laid back and chill, free thinkers area. And so in that place you might have some benefit perhaps of like an establishment or a home base that you could set up there. If you'll recall, Pickles, the note that you received from Lord of Lost Time, stated that he was to be found in the cask of the octopus.
Yeah.
So there is a story and you have, again, you've showed up to the city. You haven't found him yet. You've been looking around and so far you haven't found any sign of him. But just to, to present all of your options there. So as a group, you guys have to decide. Do you want to go with the kind of aristocratic Gothic architecture, northernmost ravens, witty, again, in kind of a Game of Thrones school of mind. They're, look at that.
I don't.
Joffrey and Lannisters.
Lannisters.
They're very Lannister.
Lannisters?
Whereas the stern and Greco-Roman, strength and military of the House of the Stag led militaristically, where in Lumal, which is where your order was stationed near, or Mash O'Malley. The free thinkers, anybody that is from there knows their leader, a man named Rax Royalbane, actually won the throne for of the octopus in a game of cards. A game that Drew and I are making up called Spliff. So there's a gambling game called Spliff. Similarly, because it's Witcher, we're doing
Witcher.
it.
I was like, it's like the game.
We're gonna do a Gwent thing. Yeah, we're gonna do a Gwent thing.
But we're gonna use our art.
Yeah, so we're going to use our art, all the incredible stuff that Vlad has drawn. We have over 100 images, and so we're going to have that. So what do you guys think? Are the Seer of Soleil, this strange nihilist sect that is giving power to the people at the expense of the leading class?
Oh, people.
I mean, I kind of like that, but I said it last session, which was not a session. Mash O'Malley had my vote from the get-go.
Oh, Mash O'Malley.
Oh, God.
Of course he talks like that.
Fucking he'll remember now. I have to talk in that voice.
Oh, jeez.
It'll become cockney by the end of the sentence. Oh, yeah, Mash O'Malley. Master inventor of it.
Yeah, people are interesting. I believe in nothing.
Octa.
Oh, yes, I like it. People are sharing their votes.
We got some votes in chat.
Yeah,
My theory behind it was
Octo.
because Mash O'Malley's inventor. It's like, well, in good times and in bad times, everyone drinks. So, and they talk to the people who make their drinks, sell their drinks, yada, yada, yada. When they have drinks, they're going to be a little more loose-lipped, give you more information, or let something slip that they shouldn't primarily.
Is this still you trying to make this a bar?
I just want a sick-ass bar.
Bow ties!
We're not going to have a sick-ass bar unless we have a sick-ass vintner. Bro, I'm here to tell you.
Oh, man. Yes.
You gotta lock in the
Gotta
vintner.
be a bar.
Gotta be a bar.
Oh, my God.
It's named Puzzles.
Okay.
That's the puzzle. Okay, sorry. I just watched How I Met Your Mother. Again. So, that's all right. So we got.
So that was my vote, and that was my reasoning behind it.
We've got some people. We've got a little Octo
Oh,
in
yeah,
chat.
that's a great point. How is Mark going to have an undead entourage with a bottle service?
It's true, especially when they're so well dressed. I mean,
We're creating.
they're
the
always
item.
wearing a smile with the
Yes.
skeletons. So I mean, there's that much. but-
Mundane magic item. Any creatures summoned by this necromancer have a bow tie.
Bow tie and a
I
smile.
love you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we're making that. Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
So is that? What do you?
I'm between the All Eye and Mash O'Malley. Definitely, I want info from the other two, but I'm not in either.
Right.
Which
either
brings
camp.
up a good
you
point.
have to
It's not like the
choose.
gates
That's
are
the
shut
unfortunate
to
part.
you if you go one or the other. But who you align with
Right.
early plays into the blog.
Mm-hmm.
And so the it's what you choose now has a big, at least, effect on who and what and why people want to interact with you.
I think
And
my
that
heart-
clarity of that is a little mysterious. You don't quite know, but obviously they all kind of hate each other.
Yeah.
They all kind of hate the seer, this sect, but the sect is also preaching something that resonates to a lot of people. This notion that it's like, well, look, we're all literally gonna die. And so it's like, what is the point of making you better than me if we're all going to die? And so it's, and that message, the message of nihilism, in the face of such hunger and despair and atrocity and, vindictive royal play while peasants kind of suffer in the mud of the ever autumn. There's this heaviness to the people, and them kind of choosing to perhaps cast off the leadership of all these royal families and give strength to nihilism, and why don't we just die together instead of all this other stuff? There's more to it than that, obviously, but that's why I added it. This was when I first thought of this campaign, I didn't have this fourth option, but I was like, hey, how cool would it be that sect? I had the idea for them, but the notion of them as a patron, why wouldn't they reach out to a group of adventurers that don't have a claim to any family yet or anything and say, hey, perhaps you could represent us? Not to say that that there's not a good guy in all of this either.
Yeah.
You know, everybody here is pretty self-serving.
Yeah, I feel like too. It's at least for Pickles,
Thanks
like
for the bits, baby.
No nihilism, it's a trick. Bits against nihilism.
That's funny. So I think like for Pickles, like if I was given a notice that I need to go to the octopus house, then like I feel like that's where I would go because I don't. Pickles wouldn't completely understand all the nuance of what this world is like. I'm from a place where everyone just is pretty much straightforward, right? So like, but I do have like high perception and like I am a sneaky little lady. So, so I feel like I would go with the octopus thing just because that's all I know. I only know of this from this place. So of course I'd be like, yeah, well, I don't know. So I'm not. I like the idea of Pickles not being really fully like there's a lot of wisdom there, but it's from a different world.
Right.
Whereas like it just takes a minute for him to be like, I can't. Okay.
And the fun part, it is the most downhill. So it's like if you just walked in and were like, just kind of went. If the water goes down, all the buildings are up on like wooden poles because the mud flats all roll down there. So all this like the shit and piss from the Kingdom of Cordo rolls down the mountain and ends up in the streets of the octopus. But there's brothels and bars and people. There's music and there's a gang of musicians and like it's like a vibrant, alive place. Whereas if you go up the road, there's like a gate and a guy that's like, who are you and who do you know? And blah, 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 blah. Or there's the military that's like, come and, be in here, test yourself, and we'll do, tests of... It's like there's a structure and rigidity to everything, and it makes sense why Pickles would be like, that away.
Especially if that's all that's all I have to go off of, right? So I'm just gonna be like, well, I don't know what they're like, but I like this vibe. Like,
and this isn't permanent. Yeah. This is a 20-session game, and your choices are they're in your hand. You will tell me what you do with this, but it will establish a certain, which is fun for me. You're randomizing the beginning of the campaign right now. I don't know which of these you're gonna choose. I had ideas, and there's a reason I added some, and it was like I'm looking at it, but every time I thought about it, it was like, anytime I've ever been like, this is what they're gonna do, I don't have the right map. So it's like I'm excited at this. So yes, so you go with Marshall Malley as well.
Yeah. Oui.
Who did you choose?
I haven't yet.
You
I
haven't
feel
yet? Okay.
like
okay.
Mark's heart is all I, but his brain, especially because he knows, or at least supposes that his mother had something to do with the king who just died. Mm-hmm. There's always been that kind of a little question in the back of the mind. So while heart may be a nihilist, I think just smart-wise, it's octopus. The mind is in the octopus.
Now, we will be playing a game layered in secrets. So what I want you all to know right now is if you want to do a different one, and it's not the one you end up doing, you can send messages to those people. You can let them know you're spying for those people. You can do whatever the hell you want. And so this game is like, all of you guys have some pretty compelling, powerful secrets. We know one of Pickles, but not all of them. Pickles will have a few secrets of their own. And so
nice.
There's a lot of that to go on, And so feel free, again, if that's the case, let me not shut the door to connecting to those people. I like the idea of exploring what the deal with those people is. That's good fun.
What's the deal with those
What's the deal with nihilism?
Such a good set.
What about you, Nicole? Again, this patrons is something I'm again using from other DM tricks, but I like this. It gives you a resource to I have questions. Ask your patrons. Can I get stuff that I need? Yeah, ask your patrons. It facilitates some of the weird parts of D&D that aren't always clear. Now, there's like a person that wants to help you with their own motives. But they are on your side, have access to the resources of a larger group and stuff. So, what any of those jump out to you?
Oh gosh. I mean, Nicole likes the octopus one, but what does?
It's hard not like octopus is cool.
It's
like
cool,
it's
yeah.
Yeah.
So many.
Just a hand in every ship.
Wiggly arms, noodle arms, like an octopus.
Like an octopus.
The noodle arm house.
Oh, we just have 8 arms. Nothing.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me.
Oh shit! Chant back.
Do something crazy. Do something crazy.
Okay, wait. Go over them again.
So you've got the bastard son of the king in the House of the Raven, kind of the Lannisters. Captain Elios Broussard, captain of the Unresting Watch in the House of the Stag. A little bit of like the North is kind of the vibe of them. Mash O'Malley, the master vintner of the kingdoms for the freewheeling House of the Octopus. Or Tarnuk the All-Eye, the seer of Saleh.
Okay.
Who's the nihilist?
Right, the nihilist. For the people, take down the levels. Okay. Let's see. The Lannisters. No, Lannisters? They freaked me out a little bit.
They have a little dick son. We just hate him.
God, I really just didn't like them at all. And you said, so the captain of the Unresting Watch, you said, is like the North.
Yeah, kind of the vibe of like, they've got they're a military state working for their own interest, but they are the like main defending force. And they run the Unresting Watch, these people that undertake these strange rituals to become basically half undead and wander the woods and keep the city safe.
Yeah. Okay. And then the octopus people.
Mash O'Malley's the master vintner, so he basically refines the gift of the master plant Kushara into wines, and represents Rax Royalbane, who's kind of this like brash mercenary type guy, extremely skilled in both sword fighting and wits, and he won the leadership of this place in a game of spliff. And so he's Mash O'Malley represents the interests of him, and he kind of, it's in his last name, Royalbane. He's not a big fan of like kings and queens, and he refuses to call himself the king of the octopus, like, even though he sits on the throne. And so it's like a mercenary. They're like freewheeling freedom. Like I said, lots of brothels and bars. Like personal freedom is kind of put before obligation or duty to country, and so they don't have much to offer in opposition of the sharp wits of the raven or the strength of the stag, but their people are happier, and that is its own strength. And so it's like you see like this balance at play as they all kind of are vying for control over the treasure of Saleh. And then Tarnuk the All-Eye represents this sect. I say cult, that's unfair because it has a negative connotation. It is a sect of nihilists that are basically saying, let's get rid of, they're not saying don't kill people. Like, they're literally saying, like, let's abolish this stuff. We're all going to die. Let's just accept our fates and wait for the great oblivion. And so, and it's like, and in that world, there would make no sense that one man would sit at a higher table or chair than another man. But also, like, oblivion is a big part of the belief system. And it's, it's impending approach.
Well, I am going to stick with the group, actually, because I'm fascinated by the group, and I want to see what's going on here versus elsewhere.
Yes, and so we will, when we pick up next week for the first session of the official first campaign game of Chapter 2. Next week with some character, with new art and everything, we will pick up after you have now met your patron. They have provided you with the resources, magic items, and stuff that we will talk about throughout the week. And we will be jumping right into the action of the quest that the patron has sent you on to obtain something. I have to write that part. So, guys, come back, hang out with us next. That's the cliff, bitch. That's the cliff. It's a claft. So, guys, thank you. Obviously, we have that big tech stuff.
Cliff bar. Oh, shit, there it is.
But thank you guys so much, obviously, for bearing with the weird tech stuff. My internet attacked me. We will have that as much as resolved as I can shake out of stupid Cox Communications. I'm going to shake them. I'm going to shake them until they... friggin' Cox! Shake you! So... I'll do that, and then we'll have better internet again next week because I pay too much to it to not have it. So here we go, guys. Thanks so much. We've met the new characters. We do have us a little ritual that we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it. Maybe you haven't. We like to take a lighter. Like this one right here, and the one right there, and that one there, and that one there. This is a Weed&d lighter, my friends. Make sure we're not going to light any of our friends, family, or cocks on fire. And go lighters up. Ooh, thank you so much for playing D&D with us, guys. We're about to start us a new chapter. Make sure You hang. We're going to raid somebody. Okay, we're going to roll the outro. And then we're going to go raid. Make sure to show some mad love to wherever we go. Follow them if you're not following them. Let's fucking make somebody's night, guys. All right? So hang out. Fucking love yourselves. Love each other. Create something. Art hard. And we will see you next Tuesday. Yeah.
So what? You can't touch me. 'Cause I'm from the internet.